Hello streamer and fellow Peppy fan, Logan Robo.
And we are live! How is everybody doing here? Thank you very much to the 10 bits, the TTS Selmers. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Congrats on having your first stream the other day. Let's see, looks like Crystal was here bright and early, although Crystal apparently got timed out for 5 seconds by Clam. I see, so I know Crystal and Clam are here. How you doing, Crystal? Let's see. Crystal says to Rukov, hi. Rukov says, you're welcome. Oh, giving Obi? I can't see what's going on. Says, hello, how are you, Crystal? It's hard to tell because when you get timed out, all your previous messages get crossed out. So I gotta like find them. Crystal says, feeling good. Rukov said, that is good. Crystal with some emotes. Extemporary says, no, I am not first, but maybe it's for the best. Whole bunch of waving emotes from Crystal. Extemporary is with the getting down emote. Extemporary says, prepare for trouble. Make it double. Says, guys, we should play a trick on Logan in the spirit of revolution and Fuga. Oh, what, you play a trick on me, huh?
There once was a poor chap named Logan. I am ever so lonely was his slogan. He bought up a sword and cut up a gourd. Now he is known as the Lonely Shogun.
Once again, I feel like I bring up the loneliness a lot less than all of y'all do. So I don't know if it's so much my slogan, but thank you very much to the 10 bits, Rukov. And how are you doing? Rukov, Crystal, Clem, Extemporaneous, how are you all? But yeah, what's the trick you're gonna play on me? Extemporaneous says, how about talking backwards from now on? How can it be? Crystal says, oh crap, is this backwards? Oh! Weedle, thank you so much for ripping the sub!
Logan, you're a puppy kicker, and I just want to get it to the 18-month mark, so Fuga, now see you in 18 months for an amazing game.
Well, thank you for re-upping the sub, so that's 18 months on the sub, and 18 months before we're even allowed to think about playing Fuga. But thank you so much, I appreciate that. Is 2 subscription babies. Subscription babies. Your subscription baby now has a younger sibling, so congratulations. And crap, I'm still trying to figure out how to read what Crystal, oh yeah? How hard can it be? Because not only is it backwards, but it's crossed out. Extremia says, this should be easy. Easy peasy, mac and cheesy. Crystal says, laughing. Crystal says, no more emotes, though. Crystal says, this is fun. I can't read any of this stuff. Holy cow. I'll try and read a few more, and then we'll start up the game, because we left off at a great cliffhanger last time. Let's see, Xemaria says, yes, fall into the dark funness of talking backwards. Crystal says, oh, rip. Xemaria says, soon we will be powerful enough to take over the tri-state area. There we go. Oh my gosh. Xemaria says, rip Logan trying to read this. Chris said, wait, how are you typing so fast? Crystal said, with a keyboard slam, and dang, backwards. Xemaria says, or maybe we'll end up training Logan into becoming the world's best backwards speed reader. Oh my gosh. Xemaria says, I'm totally not writing forwards and then using something to reverse the text for me. That's what I should do. I should copy paste and do find something that reverses the text. Xemaria says, in unrelated news, textreverse.com. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's load up the game. This is giving me a headache trying to read this. I don't know if other people have shown up. I know Weedle is here because of the TTS Weedle. How are you doing? It will take me longer than usual to catch up in the chat because I can't just read backward stuff. Let's load up the game for where we left off. So last time, what happened is there was this meek young girl who was framed for murder because her stuffed toy tail looked like the one the bomb was in. And then Apollo went to investigate and got himself murdered. And so it's like, okay, Apollo Justice, you had a good run. You had one game in you. Never found out about your real mom and your sister and all that stuff. You wore bandages, you had mummy arms and an eye patch, but now you're dead. I'll try and read some more, I guess, while this is loading. Okay, let's see. Crap, where did I leave off? X-Ray says, ooh, we should invent our own language. I mean, how hard could it be? Crystal laughing backwards. Extemorate says, how to start? Oh my gosh. Crystal says, agreed. New language just for us. Logan's great. Logan's great viewers. Oh, I thought it was a compliment for me, but it was a compliment for y'all. And wow, this game has taken a while to load. So yeah, we'll have time to do this, to keep reading this. Crystal says, backwards meow. Xaria says, very well then. Meow shall be our first word. It means question mark, exclamation point. Crystal says, meow, meow, meow. The words of a legend. I don't know how you guys are able to like stick with doing this. Okay, so we're back. Athena's ... playing with my earring. I am like slightly inconvenienced that Apollo Justice is dead now. But poor little Ms. Woods. What was her first name? Juniper. Poor Juniper. She was in love with Apollo. She is a widow before she even got to smooch him for the first time. The mood sure is tense. Not that that's any surprise. Just a lot of pregnant pauses, which is that type of pause is a thing that Ms. Woods will never be at Apollo's hand now. Oh, hey, did you read the paper this morning, boss? Yeah, just change the subject. Apollo is laying in a pool of his own blood. It's like, so did you read the paper? There was this really funny human interest story about a kitten. It was great. Huh? The paper? That came out of left field. You didn't read it? Then you don't know the big news. Somebody spotted an abominable snowman way up in the mountains. I hope that comes back later. I hope that's important later. Wait. Somebody said that we'll find out what happened with Maya. I can't remember if it was next game or in a later chapter. Maybe she's the abominable snowman. Tell me you know the difference between a paper and a tabloid, Athena. It might show up in the forest where you live, Junie. So you'd better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. The abominable snowman will eat you. And she's still traumatized that her husbando is dead. Well, I thought that would cheer her up. You should really read the story for yourself. I couldn't even begin to do it justice. Crap! I couldn't even begin to do it, Apollo. Crap! I couldn't even begin to do it, your almost boyfriend. Huh? Oh, crap! She actually picked up on the justice. Huh? Oh, poor Apollo. And it's all my fault. Sniffle. Athena! Sob. Oh, Judy, what was I thinking? I'm so sorry. And what we found yesterday, a dead body. We should have called an ambulance, but we figured, we're off the clock. That is tomorrow's problem. Oh, it was not Apollo's dead body. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. It was his twin brother, Blapollo's dead body. He'd been assaulted by someone with a blow to his head and was lying unconscious. I wish he was telling the truth, unconscious. We rushed him to the hospital right away, and it looks like he's gonna pull through. Lots of permanent brain damage. I mean, his quality of life is gonna be awful. He will wish he was dead. But it was still quite a shock to stumble onto a scene like that. Well, congratulations. Apollo's still alive. Let me read a few more comments in the chat now. Oh, boy. Still need to do this. Let's see. Extemporaneous says, yes. One must meow in proportion to how legendary they are. The more legendary a Logan viewer, the more they meow before they speak. Crystal said Logan's gonna have a hard time reading these chats. Yes, I will.
You piano no buozuap besasuap psdns
Bezasuap.
ss no q iso h.
Well, thank you, TTS. We have just learned that TTS girl cannot handle upside down speak. But apparently the upside down speak from Rukov, thank you for the 10 saying, hey, loser. Oh, you're trying to impersonate Clam. Saying, hey, loser, I bet you thought this was Clam. Nope. I thought it was somebody scatting. Skiddly-op-a-doo-op says, oh, wait, this is upside down, so definitely not something you would think, what? Race car. I was trying to figure out that. Oh my gosh. At some point, I think I may just need to skip over this backwards speaking thing. Extremity says, imagine he just gives up. Oh crap, you predict me. And goes to the bottom, thus.
TTS meow.
Ah! Thank you for the meow. There, I appreciate that, Crystal. That was a forward meow. That means you're done. Dude, the backwards speaks, so the hope is inside. But okay, Extremity says, accuse me of about to give up just because I was literally about to give up. And goes to the bottom, thus catching up to chat in the fastest recorded time ever. Oh my gosh. Extremity says, ooh, maybe we could have Transformers as other words in our language. And see Chris saying, ooh. Extremity says, ooh, yes. Extremity says, for example, what would Optimus Prime mean? Crystal says, Logan, when are you starting? I'm bored. I'm not bored, but I'm getting very frustrated trying to read backwards stuff. I'm sorry, Crystal says it's still 10:25 a.m., but I'm started. Extremity says, Crystal, oh, it's forward speak. Thank goodness, Crystal, you should stream in the 10 minutes till Logan shows up, beat him to the punch, and then we could have all rated each other. It would have been amazing. Okay, well, now that is done with, anyone else who is in the chat that I've not gotten to yet because it took me so long to try and read backwards stuff, hi, welcome, I love you all. I'll get to you, I promise. I promise. Okay, is Miss Woods all right, Athena? Well, I managed to get her to stop crying. Now she's resting on the sofa there, and instead of crying, she's bottling up her negative emotions inside of her. So much more healthy. I guess she really feels responsible for what happened to Apollo. Poor Junie. Poor Apollo? She believes that the reason Apollo was attacked is because he was helping her look for something in that courtroom. Well, she's probably right. I still have my theory that it was, what was the guy's name? Dan to Nate? Or no, Ted to Nate. That's what it was, Ted to Nate. That he went back there, clobbered Apollo, found the stuffed rhino, and is in the process of ripping its... No, it had its tail ripped off. He was gonna replace it with a new one that doesn't have its tail ripped off to make it look like that she did rip the tail off the elephant. If you were here last time, that makes sense. Just trust me, that would mean she's a murderer. Oh? Guess I can see why she'd think that. 'Cause it's true! By the way, how are you doing? Who, me? Yeah, you! Oh, I know you're concerned about Ms. Woods, but are you all right? Me? Oh, I'm doing just fine, boss. I mean, yeah, it was a huge shock, but I'm all right. I have no emotional investment in Apollo at all. Yay.
Sorry, Logan. Still not 100%. Also, Clamarium is here. So Slep is coming.
Totally understandable. Get some sleep, Brukov. Get feeling better.
Check donate. The distant cousin of I am guilty.
Of I am guilty. What would be great is if they did a twist where there's someone with that name turns out to not be the killer. That would be fit. Well, any of you guys, I don't know how many Scooby-Doo fans are out there. I know Wendy's a Scooby-Doo fan, but I don't know if she's in the chat yet because I haven't gotten very far in the chat. But any of you ever seen, there was an old version of Scooby-Doo called A Pup Named Scooby-Doo where they're all little kids solving mysteries. And there was a reoccurring character in every episode named Red Herring, who the long-running joke was that Fred always accused him of the crime. So I was thinking that type of thing. But yeah, I would love it if there was a guy named I Am Guilty who turns out to not be guilty. But that was Jorge who did that. Thank you very much for the 10 bits. Jorge, how are you doing? I'm sure you came in at some point and said hi, and I will say hi to you when I get to that. But how are you doing? And Jorge and Rukov, thank you both very much for the bits. And I said, Rukov, do get some sleep, get some rest, get feeling better. Nip that cold in the bud, assuming colds have buds. And since Clem is here, as you know, Clem is much more, I guess, conducive to riots and misbehavior. So, riot, pillage, plunder, loot, whatever you want to do. It's fine if it's in the chat. People who've studied analytical psychology are great at times like these. After all, they've learned how to control their own emotions too. Somehow, I don't think it's as easy as she makes it sound. I think she's a sociopath. But there's no denying she's a real trooper. Apollo doesn't remember a thing, does he? Yeah, he can't recall anything from the time right before he was assaulted. It's almost as if amnesia runs in his family. Boy, if somebody knows his amnesiac is what? His mom, who has amnesia, he'd be a monster if he didn't tell him about that. Nothing about what he was doing in courtroom number 4 or who assaulted him. The doctor said it's probably due to that hit he took to the head. Assaulted in a court of law and losing your memory at that. I know how that feels. It's a reference to number 2, game number 2, right? Huh?
I like how her pendant reflected her emotion despite her smile.
Yeah, somebody pointed that out last time, that it shows like all the different faces. And you know what cartoon that reminds me of? Earlier I was talking about Scooby-Doo. I don't know if there are any Garfield enjoyers out there, but there was an old Garfield cartoon, Garfield and Friends, and they would always have, like, each episode would have a Garfield segment, and Jim Davis apparently had a different newspaper comic strip besides Garfield as well called U.S. Acres, about like a bunch of farm animals, and one of them was Wade the pig, or not pig, excuse me, Wade the duck. Yeah, Orson was the pig, Wade the duck. And even though he's a duck and ducks are aquatic birds, he had a little like floaty inner tube thing around his waist that had like another duck head sticking out of it, and it would always match his emotions. I always liked that. And that's unrelated, neither here nor there. But thank you for the 10 bits, Jorge. I'm glad that you approve. But who in the world would do such a thing, huh, Mr. Right? Grr! Just wait till I get my hands on the coward who hurt our Apollo. I'm gonna read some more in the chat. Now that the backwards talking is done, it'll hopefully be easier for me to catch up. Let's see, Exterminator says, you're in the future. How's it like in the future? Do we have flying cars? Crystal laughing. Crystal says, we have flying pigs? It's pretty close. I think once you get flying pigs, a car is just the next step of evolution for a pig. Collect enough experience for a pig, it turns into a car. Exterminator says, it's still 9 at night back here in the past for me. Crystal with keyboard slam. Exterminator says, ooh, flying pigs, that make it like flying bacon. Crystal says, and raining cats and dogs with 3 unicorns. Exterminator says, oh, that sounds cute also. Exterminator says, unicorns, is it true they are secretly meanies? Crystal said, nope, those are just rumors, not meanies, just, sassy. Exterminator says, but the horns, they don't poke people? Crystal says, nope. Crystal says, I mean, sometimes when you annoy them too much. Exterminator says, how much is too much? Can we ride them? Says, the title changed. Crystal said, 4 is too much, yes. You can as long as just 2 to 3 people at a time, and they're not heavy. Exterminator says, that means he's on to us. Yes, that must have been, I haven't even gotten to where the stream started. This is all just pre-stream conversation? Exterminator says, then you fly through the sky. Exterminator says, do you think Logan can catch up? Is it true that they spew out rainbows, deliver gifts to the good children in the world? Weedle just says, no. How you doing, Weedle? Crystal says, hey, Weedle. Exterminator says, we must never let him catch up. Crystal's laughing. Weedle says, and it is 18 months something. Exterminator says, hey, Weedle, do you know if there are any Weedle pals in Pal World? I want to play Pal World. I watched part of a stream of somebody who was playing Pal World. I want to play it. I'm tempted, even though I don't have it in my budget. I'm thinking maybe if I get my next paycheck, maybe some Pal World. It looks fun, and apparently Nintendo, or at least the Pokemon company, Game Freak, whatever, is investigating whether to sue them, and they may sue them, so I don't know how much longer the game is even going to be available. I'll read a couple more comments and we will get back to the game, I promise, but I'm just so far behind. Weedle says, so woo, I don't have Pal World, I am poor, I don't know. Exterminator says, neither do I, Weedle. You are the most Weedle expert I know. Weedle says, I am, and thank you for the compliment. Weedle said, plus I have pizza, so nice. Exterminator says, what flavor? Weedle says, bread. Exterminator says, ayo. Crystal says, meow. Weedle says, bark. Exterminator says, meow, meow. Let's see, there's some more gambling. Crystal says the max for gambling is 100,000. Weedle says, oh no. Crystal says rip. Weedle says, man, this Logan guy is slow. Exterminator says nyan. Weedle says cat. Weedle says woo. Exterminator says he's starting impossible. There, I got to the point where the stream started at least. I'm 20 minutes behind in the chat already. Okay, let's play some more. Now, Athena, I thought you said you were in control of your emotions. I am, but I'm not in control of my actions. Let's just focus on helping Ms. Woods, okay? But I admit I'm just as upset as you are. I'm so sad that I am back to being the protagonist in the game, that I'm like the main character again. Oh, so sad. Okay, boss, you're right. Apollo's assailant can wait until after we cleared Junie's name. I thought we cleared her name last time. Like the judge, did he not dismiss the charges? Or did he just adjourn for the day? Oh, I forgot, Japanifornia. If someone's accused, they're not free to go until you find the real killer. It's horrible. That's the spirit. Now, let's see. I better check the court record one more time before the trial starts. Earth to Mr. Right, I'm ready whenever you are. All right, let's look at the court record. Court record, we gotta review everything. We got some people here assaulted during the trial yesterday. Thankfully, he's gonna be okay, but he's still at the hospital undergoing treatment. We got Juniper Woods, our client in the case, kind-hearted girl who loves nature. She apparently lives in a forest? Can disarm. The victim in this case, a detective who was heading up the investigation into a bombing incident. Athena Sykes, a young rookie lawyer at our agency. She's also our client's friend. Gaspin Payne, the prosecuting attorney, the younger brother of another prosecutor I know. This one lacks presence too. And Ted Tonate, a police bomb specialist. He was in charge of handling the bomb that exploded the courtroom. So do we have any additional news? It's the all-important badge, proof of my profession. Wait, can we present this? Oh, we can't present this to her yet. Cause of death, trauma of the back of head, cause of impact with a flat object, time of death, between 8 and 11. Hidden size stuffed animal is there some new why? I don't know why he's making me check this again. A piece of the stuffed animal the bomb was inserted into, defendant's fingerprints were on it. Switch starts the time bomb's countdown. It was stolen just before the blast and is missing now. The case, Tonate detective arm transported the bomb. Tonate has the key. Okay. All right, let's get ready to. Oh, I can't finish that sentence because that's copyrighted. You bet. Let's see. Weedle says finally. Clam says first. Oh, Clam, if you're not first, you have to say first for real. Then you become first. Crystal says nah. Exterminator says Clam. Summer says third. Weedle says ninth. Clam says nah. What? Extemporaneous says. Wait, what is that? That's billion. That's trillion. Quintillion, I'm just gonna say zillion, 102 zillion, 345 quintillion, 676 billion, 584, wait, did I do trillion, 676 trillion, 584 billion, 600, wait, no, that was million, 545 million, 678,765th. Beowulf says, hello, lonely man, hi, Beowulf, thank you for entering normal. How you doing? Horace says, hey guys, I'm sitting in the parking lot after training with my dog, and we tried to introduce him to another dog, and he growled for the first time ever. I tell you what, my cat is like the meekest little cat, but like sometimes she'll hiss at people and strangers, although it's like the meekest, wimpiest little hiss. But how is the training going other than the growl? I hope he's doing all right. And Jorge, Beowulf, just how you doing? Weedle is quote, code number 3, guys, we have a pool. Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, June 21st, 2021. And Crystal says, nah. Jorge says, so big milestone there. Is that a good milestone? That he growled for the first time? I don't know. Okay, let's play some more here. With everything that happened with Apollo, I didn't have time for a proper investigation. I can't let that stop me, though. And again, why is it the attorney's job? I have to get this right for Ms. Wood's sake, and Apollo's too, I guess. Something like that. Crystal Dude, quote number 12. There once, it was the Rukov limerick. That's why that Rukov did another limerick. It was Rukov's limerick. There once was a murder bear named Logan and always loved unspoken. He ran over Rook because of that Luke. He spoke to his true love explosion. See it, Jorge with a hashtag for we love Logan except Clam RM, I guess. Clam says nah. Crystal says what? Weedle says what'd you do? Crystal says nah. Exterminator says nah. Oh snap. Clam says lol. Weedle says he is here. Exterminator says looting. Crystal says Logan is a slowpoke / J. Oh, Bonk is here. Says I'm here. But again, on break of work, Bonk. How you doing? We don't see you as often, so it's a delight to see. I don't know if you're still here. You may have popped in on your break and just seen me trying to read backwards talk and then turned around and left. But it's so good to see you, Bonk. Okay, December 18th, 9:50 a.m., District Court Courtroom number 5. Oh, I forgot we got a full animation going in now. Day 2 court is in session. All right. The Honorable Judge Udgy is presiding. The court will now reconvene for the trial of Juniper Woods.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is also ready, Your Honor. So even though they spread it over 2 days, they used the Apollo going to the hospital thing as an excuse to not have an investigation, so it still can say a tutorial trial. I kind of like that. Now then, I believe I instructed the prosecution to further their investigation. Were you able to locate the remote switch in question?
I'm afraid the remote switch is still missing, Your Honor.
Oh, I must say I'm disappointed, Payne, not angry. Just disappointed, but I'm still gonna take away your hit points. Stab!
I apologize, Your Honor.
Aha! Looks like the prosecution is just as unprepared as I am.
There is a separate matter, however, that I would like to bring up during this trial.
A separate matter? What separate matter you say, and what might that be?
I assume you are aware that another incident occurred during yesterday's trial.
Is he gonna accuse Juniper Woods of attacking Apollo as well? Oh, because she was out in the foyer as well, the lobby too. So he's gonna accuse her of being like the one person with the opportunity to do it and claim that she did it to stop him from finding the rhino. Oh my gosh.
I'm speaking, of course, of the assault on Mr. Justice in the ruins of courtroom number 4.
Uh-oh, why is he bringing that up? Yes, what a truly harrowing experience it must have been. Oh, poor Mr. Justice.
At the time of the attack, Mr. Justice was not alone. He was with the defendant, Ms. Juniper Woods.
He isn't going where I think he's going with this, is he?
The prosecution wishes to indict Ms. Woods on the charge of Mr. Justice's assault.
Because that's how they do here. Whoever was in closest proximity when a crime was discovered is guilty. I'm read a few more comments in the chat here. Clem says, good luck with all those sleepless nights from that baby not sleeping. That's right, the subscription baby. Speaking of babies, Clem, how is the little Henry doing? How's your little baby? See, Crystal is saying, good luck at reading that all. Xeria says, we are evil. Rukop says, I refuse to write backwards. Widow says, I don't need to. They get to sleep in a shoebox. Still be fine. I guess as long as it's a big enough shoebox, if you got big feet, you can have, and it's big feet and small babies. Xeria says, Rukop, you evil genius. That's next. Bumbo says, yo, Logan, back to backwards. How you doing, Bumbo? Clem says, Nagol sounds like a D&D creature. It sounds like the ring wraiths in Lord of the Rings, where they called like the Nazgul or something like that. Clem says, which I will slay with a 2D+1 broadsword. Bumble says to Clem, it does. Rukov says, there once was a poor chap named, oh, that was the TTS. Crystal says, hey Logan, how are you? A little upside down apparently. Clem says, what, Apollo Justice is dead? Basically, yeah, you know what? He survived, but he's dead to us. So that is what matters. Anyway,
the prosecution wishes to indict Ms. Woods on the charge of Mr. Justice's assault.
Hubbub, 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 hubbub. Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the incident under deliberation here is the courtroom bombing. The assault on Mr. Justice has nothing to do with this trial.
Well, but I believe there is a connection between this case and Mr. Justice's assault. Please take a moment to consider these facts. Both events occurred in courtroom number 4. That is literally all I have. This is the location in courtroom number 4 where the unconscious Mr. Justice was discovered. As you can see, it's quite close to where Detective Arm's body was found.
I mean, they're in the same room. If this is the perimeter of what is walk-aroundable because of rubble, I mean, anywhere would have been close by. Courtroom number 4 diagram added to the court record.
The question is, why did the culprit feel the need to maliciously attack Mr. Justice?
It might not have been malicious. If it was Juniper, it might have been out of passion. You've seen the way she looks at Apollo with lust filling her eyes. Oh, why indeed? Oh, what do you believe their motive to be, Mr. Payne?
I believe Mr. Justice found something in that courtroom while Miss Woods was with him. Evidence that fingered her as the perpetrator of the bombing, is what Apollo Justice did. He fingered her as the perpetrator of the bombing. I don't know why I paused there.
You mean he found some incriminating evidence?
Precisely, and so I surmise that the defendant picked up a piece of rubble and hit Mr. Justice on the back of the head in order to silence him.
I forgot that she has objections. Judy would never do such a thing. She was devastated when we found Apollo hurt like that. Oh, Miss Sykes, please control your outbursts.
It is the prosecution's belief that any deliberating on Mr. Justice's assault will draw ever closer to the truth of the courtroom bombing itself.
Oh, very well. Miss Woods is hereby officially indicted on the charge of assaulting Mr. Justice. What? Why are you listening to Mr. Toupee over there? Although, considering our conversation yesterday...
I think Apollo might have figured something out.
Wonder what it was.
He told me, quote, I'm going to look for evidence to clear your name, Juniper, end quote.
Maybe the two incidents really are related after all.
I would like to start by hearing from the defendant herself.
Very well, bailiff. Please bring Miss Woods to the witness stand. Hopefully her tuberculosis is cured from last time. No more coughing. Oh, no! Now she's dying too, but then she and Apollo can smooch it up in heaven as angels.
I'm sorry. I can't say to stop.
Miss Woods, guess she is still really upset about Apollo.
Miss Woods, you went to the ruins of courtroom number 4 with Mr. Justice, did you not?
Yes, I did.
Good. Oh, what's that? Oh, Doomy is right with a party one. Welcome, Doomy. How was your stream? Here, hang on. We'll do a little. Hang on. We did do a shout out for because Rukov is already in bed, so I'll do a shout out for Odumi. How was your stream? What was it that you were streaming? It says you were streaming Pico Park. I don't know what that is. Oh, that looks like, is that Honkai Star Rail? Because that looks like a Genshin, but that looks turn-based. How'd your stream go? This is going to be an excellent opportunity to catch up a little bit more on chat then. See, Clam says, I can't believe in Japanifornia's justice system without Apollo. Well, without Apollo Justice, the justice system is just a system. That's how it works.
Thank you.
But yeah, how was your stream? Oh, Doomy! Rukov says, almost tempted to upside down reading in TTS, but I will refrain. Oh, but you did not! Clam says to Rukov, you should do it. Bubba said, for science! Exterminator says, would it break TTS lady's mind? Bubba said, TTS girl, unholy noises. Exterminator says, shock Logan to his core. Bubba says, huh? Crystal says, meow. Clam says, Keck, his brain is broken. Meow. Crystal says, oh, wait, I haven't said boo yet. Because you're not scary today. Because if you just say meow, then you're just an adorable little kitty cat. Nothing scary about adorable little kitty cat. Clam says, I gotta look up all the thirst commands for this stream because tradition. Crystal said TTS 14 minutes behind. Boo. Did that not TTS? I don't remember that. I'm not sure. But again, welcome, Odumi. And I can't remember how big the raid was if there are people who came with Odumi. Hi, welcome. How you doing? Let's play a little bit more until we get some background music, and then I can focus on reading some more in the chat. Because really, reading is all I do in these streams. Either I read the game or I read the chat. This stream, this channel is keeping me literate.
Good. Would you then please testify about what happened to the court?
Witness testimony. Alone with Apollo. That sounds like the title of a trashy romance fanfic between the two of them.
During the trial yesterday,
I didn't click it. Why is it on auto? Stop autoplay. I didn't mean to click that. I was overcome by a fit of coughing. Okay, I looked over. I accidentally bumped the F button. F that button. I was able to see it in the lag, though.
Apollo stayed with me, and we went to the courtroom ruins together. But then I was called back to this courtroom to give testimony. Apollo insisted on staying behind in courtroom number 4. I didn't attack Apollo! Why would I ever hurt such a kind person?
So Mr. Justice stayed by your side while you were feeling unwell? Oh, what an admirable young man. May he rest in peace. I thought his loud voice was his only outstanding feature. Seriously, nothing else. I saw no other positive qualities about him. He may look like a little imp at times and be mean and nasty and a bad lawyer and short and not at all attractive to women and smell kind of funny, but Apollo can be really nice too, sometimes. I hope she didn't hurt her wrist backhanding that one out. But one has to wonder, why did Mr. Justice stay behind in the ruins?
I think Apollo might have figured something out.
Something? Oh, well, elaborate. What kind of something?
Something to do with the courtroom bombing kind of something, I think.
Oh, new evidence for the case, was it? Oh, that's a very big kind of something indeed. Hubbub, evidence? Evidence? No case has ever had evidence before.
I believe so. He mentioned looking for some evidence when I was called away.
Objection. No, just as I thought. There is a connection between the two incidents, but the defendant has told a very big lie, Your Honor.
What lie is that?
When she learned Mr. Justice would be looking for evidence, she attacked him. She attacked him to give herself the chance to destroy that evidence.
Oh, dramatic music. Let me play some more, read some more in the chat. That's basically, like I said, the same as playing this game. Clem says no because of step tradition. Step tradition? Oh, stream tradition. Oh, the Franziska commands. Wow, I am not able to read today. Oh, it's Queen Katie. How you doing? I didn't think we'd see you tonight because he said you had an early morning tomorrow. I don't know if you're still here then or if you're just popping in and say hi, but Queen Katie, how you doing? Says stop by real quick while charging my phone before I go to bed. Queen Katie, well, if you can't hear this now, then if you ever watch the VOD eventually, hi, welcome. I hope you're getting a good night's sleep and sleeping well for tomorrow, or retrospectively, if you're seeing this tomorrow in the VOD, that you did sleep well. Or he said a Puppy Scooby-Doo was my jam growing up. All right, so somebody else does remember. Like I said, I know Wendy, I'm pretty sure Wendy would know that show, but I don't know. Sometimes there's some cartoons I honestly feel like they were just a fever dream and wonder if other people know about them. Queen Katie said, and also bookmarking my place here for future me. Hi, future Queen Katie. Hi, future Queen Katie from the past. Clam says, yes, riot. And there's a bunch of emotes. Clam says alien dance. Chris says no. Says emotes can never stop me. Clam disables it. Clam says Garfield and Friends reference was not on my bingo card. Why not? What's wrong with a Garfield and Friends reference? Queen Katie said, me looking at the backlog. How are y'all upside down? Exterminator says, we are wacky. Exterminator says, random Transformers check. Scalp. Is bro a piece of a Transformer's head? That's another one that's an obscure one I'm not sure about again. I'm gonna have to look this guy up. I'm gonna guess he's another one of those comic-only characters briefly mentioned. Transformers Scalp. Let's see who he is. Scalp. Yep, he is. He was only mentioned once. Yeah, so in the comic books there was a character named Tailgate, and or he mentioned him twice that he was a guy that he knew, so that's why I don't remember. He was a character mentioned in passing. Oh, I had a friend named Scalp, and later it's like, I am a friend Scalp, and that's it. So sorry about that, extemporaneous. I failed you. Queen Katie said, I've heard a lot of praise for Power World, but I'm sort of iffy because a good chunk of models are quite literally exactly like some Pokemon. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of illegal copyright theft, intellectual property theft going on with that. But it looks fun. Let's be honest. Okay, let's play some more of the game.
She attacked him to give herself the chance to destroy that evidence.
No! Oh, never.
What? Miss Woods repaid Mr. Justice's kindness with violence. We found the proof of her foul deed there in the courtroom ruins.
What? He didn't know. When we saw him, he hadn't written anything out in his own blood. He wrote Woods. No, it's just, it's upside down. It's Sadoom. He was writing the sound that he heard when someone snuck up on him because the person was very flatulent and let out a loud fart. Sadoom. And that's the clue. So we need to, it's like going around with Cinderella's slipper to fit the foot. Now we need to go around, have everybody fart, and see whose fart sounds like Sadoom. And then we know who the killer is. Or it's Leon from Danganronpa 1. Woods. What on earth? Yeah, but again, if Apollo was there, or excuse me, if Phoenix was there when we found the body, he should recognize that those words were not there, so somebody tampered with the crime scene.
Do you see it there in front of Mr. Justice's right hand? Witness the message he left us.
And plus, if there were 3 people who walked in and saw him without that message on the ground, that should be enough people to, like, corroborate that this is tampering.
It's written in blood! Or red pen ink, I don't know.
W-O-O-D-S. That spells, hang on, I gotta write this down. W-O-O-D-S. It spells, oh, I don't know what that means. Why isn't that?
That's right, Your Honor. It says Woods in capital letters.
What? Oh! Oh, no! Oh, no!
I submit that Mr. Justice left us with the name of his attacker before he fainted.
Apollo's assault photo added to the court record. Apollo is shown collapsed on the floor. The bloody writing is also visible.
No! That can't be true! Why would Apollo write my name? He should write his own last name with my first name, Juniper Justice.
Ooh, it's alliterative.
Mr. Wright, the nerve of him leaving that message. Why would he do this?
Hey, don't take it out on me. I don't understand it any more than you do. Wait, so was the message was there? Did we see this message and just not think of anything of it at the time? When we discovered Apollo yesterday, when we discovered Apollo yesterday, Apollo!
No!
Ah! We didn't even have a chance to rush over to him. As soon as security heard Athena scream, they ran in and cordoned off the area. Oh, so that's the excuse. After that, they were there in courtroom number 4 with Apollo the whole time. We couldn't investigate anything ourselves and had to leave everything to the police. Still, I never thought they would find some bloody writing there. Now then, please begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Okay, we made it to the first cross-examine of the night, 45 minutes into the stream. And we get to actually do something rather than just tapping the same button to advance the dialogue. Alone with Apollo. But we should probably save at some point here. So here, let me go ahead and save our game. Save. Save, save, save. Save. Save, save. Save, save, save. And let me read a few more comments in the chat while we get this dramatic cross-examination music playing. Clem says, Nintendo be like, look, people having fun in a way we didn't approve. Get 'em. We just said to Clam, no, they just don't want Pokemon players to have fun because they have too much money to make. Well, it's one of those things where it's like, on the one hand, I don't think Pokemon is going to lose any money because of Pal World. But they could argue that somebody else is making money off of their intellectual property if some of the character models are actually stolen and just like slightly modified and things like that. Clem says, I honestly would understand Nintendo a little more with them making models very similar to their IP characters, but let's face it, it is a ripoff that they make 2 games that are identical, except they are different colors and make you buy both so you can get all the Pokemon. That is fair. We just said to Queen Katie, yeah, but a ton is different in my opinion, so it's a good thing they have and it give rivalry, so it hopefully will make Nintendo make better games. Chris with some emotes. Weedle says, oh no! Let's see. Weedle with command quote number 45. Poop before you see sharks. Persona 5 Royal, June 2nd, 2023. Quick Kitty said, it just had a rough spot in my soul since the first trailer, but I hope everyone enjoys it at least. I've been looking for it because it just looks so ridiculous. It's Pokemon with guns and sweatshops, but I hear there's a lot of like base building, which I'm not as big of a fan of. Extreme says, I get where you're coming from. It does feel a bit strange, but oh well. Says, Logan didn't rise for all rise. I thought about it, but I'm wearing like bright red pajama pants right now. And I don't want my crotch on stream to begin with, but let alone in bright red pants. Let's see. Queen Katie said, also, don't worry, Logan. I plan on playing along the game with the VOD tomorrow. Awesome, since I'm committed to the bit. Please do. X-Ray says, you must. You gotta be Logan in his Logan time. Clam says, I hope Judgy finds true love this time. Well, didn't we in Apollo Justice establish that he was actually married? Which was shocking. I feel like he's had some real tragic ends to his romances. Maybe he's like had 3 marriages and they all ended poorly. Anyway, let's start pressing some statements.
During the trial yesterday, I was overcome by a fit of coughing.
Hold it! Do you always cough when you get nervous, Miss Woods?
Yes.
Mr. Wright, please do not make Miss Woods nervous by pressing her so ruthlessly. All I said was hold it. Do you usually cough? But that barely even qualified as a quasi-question. Let's help her relax with a little small talk before we dive into the cross-examination. You know, ask her about her hobbies and her crushes and stuff. Her crushes? Really? I don't know about that. You do know about this, Apollo. It's obvious. It's obvious, bro.
Apollo stayed with me and we went to the courtroom ruins together.
Why exactly did you go to the courtroom ruins?
We went to look for my medicine to stop my coughing.
Your medicine? Why would your medicine be in courtroom number 4?
I dropped it in the heat of the moment. Rap
Right, I forgot that's the name of it.
He was keeping my medicine safe for me.
Okay, so that's what's gonna happen. Like I said, Ted Trinate is gonna try and frame her, but he went in and he took Bum Rap Riney from there, which had its tail missing, which corroborates to the tail that with her fingerprints was the rhinos rather than the elephants. He's gonna take it and get rid of it and bring in a brand new from the store one that has tail still attached, bring it and say, oh, look what we found in there. Still has the tail, therefore the tail belongs to the elephant, she's the murderer. But she's gonna go, oh, the medicine is inside, and they'll look inside, there'll be no medicine, and boom, his story falls apart.
He was keeping my medicine safe for me. He has a little compartment that I can put things in, you see.
And Phony Fanty has the same type of pocket. That's where the bomb was inserted.
I put my medicine for my coughing fits inside me bum, Rap Riney. Inside my bum, Rap Riney. When I told Apollo about it, he said he'd help me go look for him. He said he I'm gonna stop making bum jokes. There was so much rubble in there, I was worried, but there was no rubble or anything in front of the witness stand. So when we got inside, Apollo went straight there and started looking for my Riney in the area. He was like, oh, where's your Riney?
I'm trying to figure out how to do this as a joke, because Riney sounds like Heine. Let's stew on that a little bit. Let me read some in the chat here. Weedle says, and if you want to say Pal World copied Pokemon, then you have to remember that Pokemon copied Dragon Quest, even though it was merely just inspiration, like Pal World to Pokemon. So in my opinion, Pal World is innocent. Exterminator says, yes, no, but let's talk about something else at this point, like Phoenix's sweating animation. Quick Katie said, you know what I find funny? Phoenix is changing eyes in every game. It used to be brown, but now it's blue? He has blue eyes? They used to be brown? I'm gonna have to look at old sprites. I didn't realize that. So now it's blue. I'll try to remember to pay attention next time we're looking at Phoenix. Boba says to Weedle, unsure where this came from. I see where people are coming from with the accusations, but I agree with you, Weedle. Weedle says, oh, completely off topic, but my PC is struggling to run Minecraft with almost 100 mods. Like hard. I need RAM 100%. I used to run Skyrim with about 83 mods. So that's even more modded than my Skyrim was. Clam says he's so good he slept all night last night and was finally able to let some family see him. Still keeping it careful though. Well, it's better safe than sorry, but I'm glad things sound like they're going well. Exterminator says to Queen Katie, wait, really? Queen Katie says, yep. If you look at the OG trilogy, his eyes are different. Oh, and Exterminator's with a clip. We'll check the clip out in a minute. Let's play a little more of the game, then we'll be back to the clip.
And started looking for my Riney in that area. It was so nice of him to do that for me in spite of all his injuries. Apollo is so strong and kind, just like the trees of the forest. That's right, the trees helped me on many a lonely night. Trees.
The way she makes him sound, you'd think Apollo was some kind of ancient god. She just thinks he's hot. Come on, bro. Oh, crap. His eyes are dots because he's exasperated, so I can't tell what color. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, Apollo, because Apollo is the type of ancient god. So that's why you went to the ruins. I see. Because Apollo Justice wanted your sweet, sweet Rhiney. He wanted to see what was inside your bum. I gotcha. That seems to be quite an important fact. Please add it to your testimony, Miss Woods.
Apollo started looking for bum wrap Rhiney near the witness stand where there was no rubble.
Hold it! Ha! Yeah, I'm not sure if those really count as blue. I mean, maybe it's just my screen. Those look more gray to me, but I can see how, like, with the blue suit, because, like, my eyes, I mentioned before, are basically blue, but they're kind of, I think they're more of like a turquoise. But when I wear blue, they really pop as blue, so I think lighting can affect things. The area around the witness stand, are you sure about that?
Oh, I'm sorry, did I say something wrong?
No, of course not. I was just testing my hearing, ha-ha! Must not upset her, must not upset her!
Yes, I'm sure that's where we searched first. But then I was called back to this courtroom to give testimony.
Hold it! That was when you were called to the stand after Mr. Tonate's testimony, right?
Yes, the bailiff came to courtroom number 4 and brought me back to this court.
Oh, the bailiff's a witness! Just call the bailiff, say, hey, when you went and saw her, was Apollo standing there just fine? And he brought her back. Problem solved. Let's load up this clip from Extemporaneous while we wait with bated breath to find out how they're gonna find an excuse to say the bailiff didn't see into the room or something. All right, let me load this up with the clip viewer so that we can all watch it together. As always, the first clip of the night takes just a little bit longer to load up than subsequent clips will. This clip is titled, No Judge, I'm Sorry? Okay, I don't know what that means. Let's see. And I believe I instructed the prosecution to further their investigation. Were you able to locate the remote switch in question?
I'm afraid the remote switch is still missing, Your Honor.
Oh, I must say I'm disappointed, Bane. Not angry. Just disappointed, but I'm still gonna take away your hit points. Stab! And I believe I love how it cuts out in the middle of saying stab. Thank you very much for the clip. It was such a judgy thing for them to say. It was so in character. I like this game's writing so far. Quick Katie said, and then compare it to the current day. Oh, with the eyes again, yes. Weedle says to Bumbo, well, you're entitled to your own opinion if you don't agree, and if you do too. Quick Katie said, it became a fan and headcanon that Phoenix has heterochromia eyes. I would have thought that maybe he just, as he got older, needed prescription glasses, went for contacts, and decided to get colored contacts. Extraneous says, yes, walk-aroundable. Phoenix is like, bruh. Odumi says, Logan, there's Odumi, how you doing? I finally got to that part of the chat. Hope your stream went well. Quick Katie said, my phone's charged up. I'm doodly-doo off for now. Hopefully you'll clear this case this stream. I look forward to the VOD. We're not gonna. There's no way we're gonna. As slow as we play, but you know what? Tomorrow you'll be able to find out, I suppose. Have a good night, Queen Katie. Thank you for being here. Queen Katie says, good night, all. Clam with a little pyramid of dancing dinos. Extemporaneous with some dancing dinos. Clam says, bye, Queen Katie. Extemporaneous says, good night, Queen Katie. And there's the raid. And Odumi is smiling. Clam says, yo, Odumi. Odumi says, hello, says Sleepy Rukov. That is Honkai Star Rail. Yes, ooh, I recognize something nice. All right, so let's play a little bit more in the game. Since that's probably what we're here to do. We're almost an hour into stream. We've done nothing, but I love it. I love spending time with you all. I love and appreciate you all. Thank you for being here.
Yes, the bailiff came to courtroom number 4 and brought me back to this courtroom.
And what about Mr. Justice? Did he come with you or did he stay behind?
Apollo insisted on staying behind in courtroom number 4.
Hold it! I'd better not ask her about Apollo. She'll start knitting baby booties with hearts on them again. With very large baby booties, because that's what she's knitting. She just, whenever she hears Apollo's name, it's like an alarm goes off on her biological clock. I know, I'll use some small talk here to get her to relax a little bit, just like what Athena was talking about. Hey, do you have an twirling my hair. Do you have any hobbies, Ms. Woods? Phoenix is a single dad. You know, he's available with baggage and a girlfriend in prison.
Hobbies? Oh, well, I love growing vegetables in my garden. And I love to knit. I like sewing too. I made this outfit myself. And I love fantasizing about Apollo Justice nude.
Not on my watch.
Oh, Vero! How you doing, Vero? Welcome. Thank you for the 10 bits. That's right. That's right. As long as Vero's here, Phoenix Wright is not single. He's taken by Vero. But I mean, there's still prison girlfriend. I'm just saying, she's there. You will have to deal with her eventually. I'm so sorry for that. But how you doing, Vero? Welcome, welcome.
I made this outfit myself.
Keep it up, Mr. Wright. It's working. Now ask her if she has a crush on anyone. If we ask her while she's under oath, she has to say. She has to say it. And it's the truth. And if she does not say Apollo, she is not allowed to marry him. Ahem. So, he's actually doing it. So, is there anyone in particular that you like right now? Well, this is just my normal, talking, deep voice.
Objection!
What?
Mr. Wright, is that question even remotely related to this case?
I mean, yeah, if she had a crush on Apollo, she wouldn't El Capong
Do
him.
you mean like or like?
Do you mean like or like? Thank you very much for the 10 bits. I feel like these days there's too many euphemisms for extra things. You know, you like someone, you like someone, you have a crush on someone, you're talking to someone, you're in a relationship, a situationship, a this, a that, and all that, and all together, and it's easier for me. I just don't have any of those things. So that works. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Clam. To this case, not really. Mr. Wright, you will refrain from asking questions unrelated to the case at hand. I mean, unless her crush, this is just my normal deep voice, unless her crush is on a certain older man with a long gray beard covering up his lack of a pronounced chin. What do you think about that, Miss Woods? Sorry, Your Honor. -1 to brownie points.
Ms. Woods, please continue with your testimony. I believe you were telling the court about your attack on Mr. Justice.
That was a fun little diversion.
I didn't attack Apollo. Why would I ever hurt such a kind person?
Hold it! So, you think Mr. Justice is kind? Do you have a crush on him?
Yes, very kind. He rescued me. He's like the sun, strong and warm.
Wait, didn't she make this comparison in last time too?
He makes me feel strong too.
The only adjectives I associate with the sun are sweltering and oppressive. Oddly enough, Apollo is both of those things. Oh, he's so sweltering and oppressive.
But then Apollo got hurt, and it's all my fault, Sob.
Judy, Apollo's gonna be fine. I mean, unless he takes a turn for the worse and dies, in which case it is all your fault, but that probably won't happen. He's just like the sun, right? Well, the sun doesn't just drop out of the sky, but it will in 5 billion years. It will exhaust all of its gas, shuffle it off, become a planetary nebula.
I mean, the god Apollo is the god of sun, if that makes any sense.
I mean, that is true. That is true. Like, we were really playing that up, especially earlier when Phoenix was saying he's like an ancient god. So it does work. Thank you very much for the 10 bits, Vero. And I should read some more in the chat because I have been way behind tonight. Let's see. Extemporary says, "Ooh, what is that new game they're making with all Z's?" Excuse me. Odumi says, "Ooh." Extemporary says, "I forgot the name, but it's by the same developers as Honkai, isn't it? Hoyaverse, is that the name of the company? Something like that." Extemporary says, "Trashy romance novel stream one." I have joked about that. I think I told you guys I was at Walmart a while ago, and the one that I was at, because it wasn't the one I normally go to, but I popped by the electronics section, and they had the book section like right by it, like it kind of shared an aisle with the some of like the Nintendo Switch games and things like that. And so I kind of glanced over there, and there was a romance section with really exaggerated, trashy sounding titles. And I took a picture, and I was joking, saying that I had to list them all into a poll. And the next time I have some extra money to burn, I should go and buy whichever title wins the poll, and have a redeem where I have to read like a page or a paragraph or something like that out of the trashy romance novel. But except the problem is, like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen those things. A few years ago at the theater I perform at, excuse me, I had to clear my throat. After one of the shows, well, we were cleaning up the theater, and we found a copy of a trashy romance novel left on the ground. I'm pretty sure I've told this story before in the stream. It was titled A Pistol in His Pocket. And we all went down to eat afterward, and somebody brought that along and just jokingly says, hey, let's flip to a random page and read an excerpt from A Pistol in His Pocket. It was one of the most like pornographic things. I mean, it is like explicit. But I guess since there's no pictures, you could just sell it out in the open at a Walmart or something. So it might not be appropriate for the stream. I don't know. Vera said, "Aw, sickly child, my beloved." And there's where Vero came in again. Vero, how you doing? Somebody says, the way Gaspin says objection. It's like he's a singer. Like, objection. I'm gonna have to pay attention to that next time. Somebody says that's why he wears the sunglasses, to be cool. Gaspin is so cool. We all wish we could be as cool as Gaspin. Somebody says Logan doesn't know. This is impossible. Well, again, somebody who mentioned, like a character mentioned twice in an issue of a comic book in passing, I don't think should really count. Somebody says we were in the darkest timeline. This must be an alternate universe. This is like the second time it's happened for those random checks. And the other one was also someone who was just mentioned. Somebody says, you know what? Just because you said that, Scalp is now my favorite Transformers character. I'm gonna draw cool fan art of them. I assume he's a headmaster. I will say that much about it. That's where your head pops off and turns into another robot. Because he was grouped together in the mentioning with a bunch of other headmasters because they all had head-themed names. Chrome Dome, Hardhead, Brainstorm, Highbrow. Somebody says, see, this is conflict of interest, though, since to be fair, we are witnesses to the scene, but we are also the defense. That's true, but if there's like a bunch of us, and you would also think there's like security cameras? Somebody says, so people are not likely to believe us when we say stuff. I guess that's the case. Okay, let's play some more of the game.
You really think it'll be fine?
But the sun does go down at night. Oh, see, that's not what she wants. She does not want Apollo Justice to go down on her. Wait, what? Oh, what is that what that means? Oh, maybe she does want that.
Then that means Apollo could solve.
Oh, she's scared of thinking about sex acts. She's scared of thinking of Apollo. Oh, going, yeah, thank you, Edgeworth. I'll stop talking about that. That was inappropriate. Bad. Past Logan from 30 seconds ago. Sorry about that. Oh, it's Phoenix! How you doing, Phoenix? Here, hang on. Let's do a shout out for Phoenix as well. Because Rukov's already gone to bed, so I will take care of that. Thank you for the objection. Here is Phoenix. Thank you, Crystal, for the Tomcat. I will check some chat in a minute.
Did a good job.
Here's the problem, is because we were talking so much about Pal World earlier, when I saw this shout out show up, for a split second I thought it was Pal World, then realized, oh, it's Legends of Arceus. But how you doing, Phoenix? Welcome. I hope when I eventually catch him in the chat, there'll be a big all caps shouting of surprise. Let me read some more in the chat here. Clam says, wait, is the judge illiterate? Yes.
TTS bad Logan, you deserve this. Boo.
Ah! Crystal is so scary. I've learned the error of my ways. Thank you very much, Crystal. I appreciate that. Thank you for the TTS. And yeah, Clam, as we established last time, nothing is more fun than establishing characters in the game as illiterate. So yes. Bumble says, has there ever been a time where that writing was actually written by the victim? Asking honestly, because as far as I know, the correctness of death writing has been historically 0. Yes, it was. If we recall, 11037. That was actually written by her. So it happens. I would imagine in real life, there probably has been like a similar thing with someone writing a dying message at least once in history. But most of the time in games, it's like a red herring. It's either misunderstood or forged by somebody else. So yes, Clem says, why is Japan Euphoria? School system failed him? He dropped out to pursue his dream of being a judge. First, he and a bunch of other local street toughs formed a group of roving band of garage judges. They would just sit in garages and judge people. But then one day, he really buckled down, took the judge exam, and the rest is history. Next time he says judgy always makes the right call in the end. I mean, didn't he, was he the one that stripped Phoenix Wright of his license? Speaking of which, are we even gonna get one line saying that he retook the bar or whatever? Let's see, Beowulf says, couldn't they fact check that you went to the room with the courthouse security cameras? Yes, you have reasonable cause to check them already. Yes, that's what I'm saying, you have reasonable cause to check them already. I agree, thank you. All right, let's play a little more of the game, then we'll get back into the chat in a minute. Mr. Payne, I do not think much of men who make young ladies cry. So Apollo was trying to help Juniper. Who knew that Apollo could be such a sweetheart? It must have been pretty hard on him too, with all that rubble everywhere. Now that I think about it, there's something odd about what Apollo was able to do. Oh, is it because his hand was broken or something? You know, considering what Miss Wood said just now, I think you're right. Wait, what did she just say? Well, let's look at the court record. I want to look at the picture again. Okay, his hand is bandaged up. Yes, but a couple things to keep in mind. One, even if the hand is bandaged up, you can still scrape it and be bleeding underneath and bleed through the bandage. Is it gonna be like the eyeball that except with on the side like that, he should be able to look through his left eye? It's gonna be, okay, so we'll see it when we go through these dialogue again, see what it was that she had said. So let's go back. That courtroom was in a very unusual state after all, which leaves the million-dollar question, what would explain this contradiction? Anyway, let's see what happens when I present what I suspect is our answer.
During the trial yesterday, I was overcome by a fit of coughing.
Okay, so this is everything, we're back to the start.
Apollo stayed with me. We went to the courtroom ruins together. Apollo started looking for bum-rap Riney near the witness stand where there was no rubble.
Where there's no rubble. Okay, so then if we look at the court, wait, where's the? No, crap! I didn't want to press. I don't know what I'm doing. Sorry, we already did this. The area around the witness stand. Are you sure about that?
I'm sorry. Did I say something wrong?
No. Of course not. I was just testing my hearing. Must not upset her.
Yes, I'm sure that's where we searched first.
Sorry about that, girl. We gotta go back here. So we gotta present. That's what it is. So let's look at this. By the witness stand where there was no rubble. Is it because this is the witness stand, right? And there's rubble there, so is that the problem? Is it that he's over here, so he'd be standing, let's save, and we're gonna try and present that. Because we are save scummers who scum our saves. Save. Save complete. Okay, let's try that. Because otherwise the final thing she said was, I didn't attack Paula, why would I ever hurt such a kind person? So yeah, that can't be what it was. Bummer Briny, we stand where there was no rubble. Oops. Present. No, this one. Present.
Objection!
Yeah, we got it! So, he started his search with the witness stand, you say?
That's right. I guess maybe he wanted to start from the furthest point in the room. He was being so brave. Strong.
But that's odd. Under the circumstances, he shouldn't have been capable of that.
But he was! And he still is! He might not look it, but he really is brave and kind too.
No. That's not the part I'm finding fault with. Someone has a crush on Apollo. Gee, you think, Gallop! Ray with a party. What? That was a TTS. Gal, thank you so much for re-upping the sub. 16 months. That's almost as less. 2 months away from as long as Weedles was. You're 2 months away from your own second subscription, baby. Gallop! How are you doing? Were you streaming at all today? Were you playing anything? Welcome. How are you? Let me read. Once we get some background music, I'll read some more in the chat. But again, Gal, thank you so much for re-upping the sub. I really appreciate that. But yeah, so Phoenix finally gets it. Someone has a crush on Apollo. And it's me, Phoenix Wright. No, just kidding. That'd be awful if Phoenix Wright had a crush on Apollo. Because he adopted his sister. And so if he married Apollo, his husband would be the brother of his daughter. What you are claiming is something that no one should have been able to do. But I should think that anyone could be brave and kind if they wanted to be, Mr. Wright. Oh, please tell me I could be brave and kind. True, anyone can be brave and kind, but if you would please take a look at this diagram, with the courtroom in this state, how was it possible to walk up to the witness stand? This way? I'm assuming this is the witness stand?
Oh!
I see your point. The rubble blocks off access to the area around the witness stand.
Does such a tiny inconsistency even matter? Perhaps the witness is simply misremembering it. Perchance.
Let me read some more in the chat now that we got the background music. Xavier says, yeah, but it's still conflict of interest. We should be witnesses in that case, not defense. Well, I mean, it's the type of thing that I think, correct me if I'm wrong, in that type of situation, what you could do is say like, okay, I witnessed this. Therefore, I must now recuse myself. Is that the right word? If you're not a judge, but you're like a lawyer, you must step down as the lawyers, get somebody else to be the lawyer, but then just say like, okay, I'm a witness now and testify. Extremity says, but it doesn't really matter. Extremity says, Logan's Athena scream. I don't even know what it was that I did. Bo said, wait, I think there was one time. Kind of, really? Elaborate. Bill said, but also you'd think they set up a camera in the courtroom anyway because it was already a crime scene. Yes, there's that. And courtrooms, like in general, don't they usually have security cameras just to begin with? Vera said, talking about Nintendo, they're shutting off the Wii U and 3DS online services in like 2 months. I know, it's so sad for the 3DS, not so much for Wii U. But this is one of the reasons why I hate the idea of games as a service. You buy something, you own something, but then like they stop servicing it, and then it's like you don't have it anymore. Extremity says maybe because they're starting up for the rumored Switch 2. That is one thing. I know that people complain about the hardware capabilities of the Switch, but I am so happy with the Switch. I don't want to have to spend another like $300 on a new console. I am so happy with the Switch. Extremity says pants tier list when? I'm telling you, corduroy's gonna be at the bottom. Weedle said, Logan, just wait till I go to Utah. You'll find a note addressed to you on your car, or worse, home, if you're dumb enough to tell me where it is. Well, I just won't tell you then. I'll try not to. Somebody says, quasi-question. Boba says, Taviro, feels weird if that's true. The only recently released Tears of the Kingdom, and if there's no backwards compatibility, that feels like a waste. I would agree. Maybe they'd kind of break the mold and do backwards compatibility. When they released Game Boy Advance, was that backwards compatibility with previous Game Boy stuff? So there could be precedent. Bo says, oop, Mantic extemporaneous. Semiraneous Shrug says, that's what I heard, but I don't know if it's true. Glam said, are there any 3DS games I have to have before then? Well, you can't buy them off the 3DS shop because that's closed down. But you can buy some in person. Beowulf said, 3DS eShop is already gone though. Extemporaneous says, add quote, I put me medicine inside me bum, ... Rapperini. Well, thank goodness. Oh, crap. Clam actually is a mod. He might add that. I don't know. Vera said, honestly, just do the illegal thing. Not worth it to have 3DS with everything shutting off. Be vanilla 3DS. Well, I won't endorse that, but that is a comment that was said in chat. I'll read one more comment. We'll go back in the game. Weedle says, okay, I got a new mouse, and I just need to recharge it for the first time in 2 weeks. So nice. Okay. Mine isn't wireless. Mine is on a wire. I used to use a wireless mouse, but then it broke. So I got a cheapo wired one, which is actually pretty good. I like it. Anyway, back to the game.
Perhaps the witness is simply misremembering it.
Ark! I mean, you could do that to any testimony. Someone testifies, someone's like, oh, maybe you're misremembering. Great, now I'm not so sure it matters. Phoenix was that easily convinced by gasp and pain?
The real man doesn't make mountains out of molehills, you know.
Yeah, but that's precisely what Mr. Wright does best. I call slander, Your Honor. That's a compliment. So it really was impossible to approach the witness stand? I have to say, it's a bit hard to tell with any accuracy from just this diagram. Well then, take a recess. All of us walk next door, not even next door building, next door room, and look. Mr. Payne, do you have any other photos of the crime scene?
Let me see, Your Honor. Yes, I have one more. Here it is. It's a more pulled back version of the photo I presented before.
Oh, and this is the cart thing. Okay, so that's gotta be what the big square was on the court record? Okay, so that isn't rubble, that's the cart. That's this thing. The case to Nate, a detective armed transport the bomb in. To Nate has the key. But even if that's there, you can climb over it. Let's see what the problem is. But yeah, that must be the witness stand there then.
It's a more pulled back version of the photo I presented before.
Apollo's assault photo updated in the court record. Now it says Apollo is shown collapsed on the floor. The bloody writing is also visible. Huh? What's that hunk of metal on wheels? Mr. Payne, is the metallic object in that photo Mr. Tonate's bomb transport case?
That's right. Was there some problem?
Yes, that transport case was there in courtroom number 4 when the bomb went off. It must have been there ever since.
Oh, that's it.
Is she gonna say it was somewhere else in the room? That it got moved? Ms. Woods, have you remembered something?
Yes, I just realised its position. It's different from before.
It's position? The position of what? What's position? What's position moved? What moved position how? How position who where? Huh?
The position of that big metal thing.
The bomb transport case?
Yes, when Apollo and I went there, it was in a different place. Where the case is in the photo was open space, so it was easy to search the stand.
I see. So where was the transport case when you and Mr. Justice saw it?
As I recall, I think it was more to the right.
To the right? Then that means... Oh, let me guess. It was probably right here, and Ted Tonate moved it in order to give room to write out Woods on the ground. In that case, the case was over there at the time of Apollo's attack.
Who cares where the transport case was when? What difference does it make? It has nothing at all to do with what we were talking about.
Where the transport case was has everything to do with this discussion. In fact, it's so important that it's enough to turn the prosecution's argument on its ear.
What? I don't want anything on my ear.
Well, that certainly sounds very relevant indeed. And you sound as though you know where the case was at the time of the attack. Yes, Your Honor. This diagram represents the crime scene as shown in the photo. And this is where the transport case was at the time of the assault on Mr. Justice. I'm gonna save, just in case I'm wrong. Save. Save complete. Okay, it's gonna be on top of the woods, right? All right, I have this. The bomb transport case was here at the time of Apollo's attack. Up here. There! Let's try that. Pa-pow! Present. Ha! Your Honor, I assert that this is where the transport case was at the time of the assault. But that? Oh! Inconceivable! Ms. Woods, was this where the transport case was when you saw it?
Yes, that's where it was.
Oh, thank you, Ms. Woods. I'm sure the court has noted an interesting fact about this position. The transport case covers up the writing in blood. Exactly. If the transport case was in that position at the time of the assault, then no message could have been written there because the case was in the way. Yay, let me read some more in the chat. We just had a turnabout. I'm gonna have a sip of water too first. Bill says Tweedle, everything copied Megami Tensei until one is found that released 1987, everything copied Megami Tensei. Oh, it's released before 1987, he said. Extraneous says, Ayo, trees. Weedle says, Severo, yeah, but you have to remember, not legal and not good for you in the... Ow! Thank you, Edgeworth, I am reading the chat. I'm reading the chat. And Weedle says H-Shop, I'm guessing that's... No, E and H aren't even near each other on the keyboard. I don't know what that is. Vera says, I condone. I'm quoting Vera. Why the noises? Why all the noises? I thought we were having a good, wholesome time together. Vera is saying that's Vera, not me, condone the illegal when the service is shutting off without any mind for current players. I mean, I have personal opinions about when that type of thing may or may not be, shall we say, ethical, morally acceptable, things like that. But as a point of order, this channel does not endorse emulation and ROMs and things like that. Just saying that. But I get what you're saying, Vera. Exterminator says Logan Saul's Ace Attorney. Vera says Logan is the Ace Attorney all along. Bill says already you can't buy any games on the eShop as well. I know. I remember when it was shutting down like the day before, I bought like several of them. Now I gotta make sure I actually download them onto my hard drive. But it says, by the way, why did they have to update the 3DS software even though it just makes modding almost impossible? It's for that purpose, yeah. Vera said, yeah, they're shutting off online services as well. You'll no longer be able to play co-op. I'm guessing you won't be able to like download stuff either. Like if you have bought a game, you can't like download and install it. Vera says that, and Pokemon's getting locked in older games. May they rest in peace. Oh, that is awful. Bill said, yep, but you already know fans will put up a Wii MFI sort of thing? What is that? Vera says, I hope. Says, fan efforts are insane. Says, Beowulf, I wouldn't say it's a matter of if, but when. Exterminator says, hair twirling stream when. Vera says, good. She'll be beating me. If she gets out, she scares me. Wait. The nice? Was Iris, was she the nice one from Harakura or Hazakura Temple? She was nice. Not the evil one, but the evil one's dead anyway, so she don't matter. Exterminator says, this cannot be legal precedent. Your defense lawyer asking you who you like. But if you're on the stand, unless you plead the fifth, you have to answer. And as we've all learned, in Japanifornia, they don't have a constitution, so I don't think you can plead the fifth there. Exterminator says, Logan explained the difference between like and like stream when. One of these days, Exterminator, we need to find something you would not want to watch a stream of. Clam says, I hope Apollo comes back as a ghost. Ghost lawyer has never been done in this series. What, that would be wonderful. Then you bring back Maya, and she channels Apollo, and then you get the best of both worlds. Chris with some emotes. Pablo says to Clam, Mia. Exterminator says, ooh, Ghost Trick Ace Attorney. Vera says, Clam, Mia Fey is right there. Mia Fey is right there in the ground. She dead. Okay, let's play a little bit more, then we'll back to the chat in a bit. Okay, then no message could have been written there because the case was in the way. Which leads us to conclude that Mr. Justice couldn't have left that bloody writing. Objection. You know, I don't know if it sounds, maybe it's like a song. I see it more as like the spoken word, like, yeah, we're about to sing, yo, boy band time, yeah. That's what it sounds like to me, I would say. Why should we believe the defendant's claim that the case was in a different position? She's obviously lying.
Objection!
Well, then as he said, she said. The fact that the case was moved after the assault on Mr. Justice is proved by more than Ms. Wood's testimony alone. What? Where is this proof you're talking about? It's right here in the crime photo. I'm keen to see this proof myself, Mr. Wright. What in this photo indicates that the transport case was moved after the assault? Oh. Is it gonna be like the lack of rubble right here? The bandage? The bandage goes around? What could it be? Oh, duh, these are track marks. I thought that was just like random scuffing. Okay, so those are squeaky, not squeaky, but like little wheel marks. I am an idiot. Cause like there's scuffing marks down here too. Okay, I got it now. What in this photo indicates that the transport case was moved after the assault? I'm gonna save though, just in case. You gotta like click right perfectly onto the thing. So let's go ahead and save. Save. That's not conclusive evidence, though. It just means it was moved at some point. It doesn't necessarily mean when. So let's go ahead. Let's point at the thing. And present! All the proof you'll need, Your Honor, is right. Crap, does that not count? I clicked the thing. Here? I'm afraid I don't follow. Mr. Wright, I'm sensing feelings of doubt from you.
Therese checks on Apollo's bandages, so
that's what shows the time. Thank you. Okay, I will take the L on this one. Thank you very much. I didn't even dawn on me. It's not just tracks, it's tracks on the bandage. Thank you, Vero. Thank you for the 10 bits. I'm sensing feelings of doubt from you, which means you're just taking a wild stab in the dark, aren't you? Ouch. You're good. I bet you can also tell I'm about to feel in a few seconds, too. You just earned yourself a penalty stab! If the transport case was moved after the assault, there should be some evidence of it. I'd better take another good look at the photo. I suggest you give it another try, Mr. Wright. Aren't you glad I always give you extra tries? What did this photo indicate? So there it is, right there. Then it goes on top of the bandage. Okay.
Take that!
Please take a look at the marks that it runs over Mr. Justice's bandages here. I see it, but what is it? This mark was made by one of the casters from the transport case carrying the bomb. As the case was moved, it ran over his bandages. In other words, the transport case was originally to the right of Mr. Justice. Then, after Mr. Justice was assaulted, the transport case was moved. But why move the case? Whoa, what's the noise he made? Something like that. Why not just instead of moving it to right on the ground, have him write Woods on the side of the case? Why are criminals in this game so dumb? Let me read a few more comments in the chat, though, but I also have a sip of water because I'm a thirsty boy. See, Weedle says, I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh! So Lurk, thank you for the Lurk, Weedle. Kick some butt, believe in the heart of the cards. Vera says, see you, Weedle. Crystal says, Zenless Zone Zero, ZZZ, made by MiHoYo. Now, Hoyoverse. I hadn't even heard about this game. So what's this one? So Genshin was like Breath of the Wild, but Breath of the Waifu. Honkai Star Rail was like Genshin, but turn-based. What's the deal with Zenless Zone Zero? Vera said, I am dealing with my eyes being a little mean, but I can at least write stuff this time. Are your eyes okay? Are you not able to enjoy the visual bounty that is your husbando on stream here at Phoenix Wright? Vero, you doing okay? And there's Phoenix popping in with some emotes and then saying surprise. Oh, good, you did not let me down, Phoenix. How are you doing? Crystal said, oh, that was already read by TTS. Phoenix says, hey, with the hang loose. Crystal says he predicted laughing at Phoenix. Phoenix says, oh my gosh, you know me so well. Phoenix says, quote, is he the one that strips? I walk away for 1 second. That's the first thing I hear when I come back. I don't even remember saying that. Why did I say that? What was the context? Phoenix says, eye bandages just make me think of Gojo Swoon. Okay, I need to talk about that for a second. So, I have been catching up on the latest season of Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm watching the Shibuya incident stuff. That show, this season is brutal. And the episode I just watched, I'm a little bit broken. It was just this afternoon because they killed off one of my favorite characters. And the problem is it was one of those episodes where from the start of the episode you're watching and you realize, oh crap. He's gonna die. He's gonna die. Everything they're doing is a death flag. He is going to die. And you just see it coming a mile away, but it goes to halfway in the episode. And you see it coming, and it's like a slow speed train wreck. And it's and there he is. Oh, and then he is very decisively dead, too. And it was very, very sad. I'm not gonna say which character, because I don't want to do spoilers. But, and now I still have several more episodes left in the season, but after that, it's so sad. But there's been so much death. So much. Phoenix said, why is she tugging on her pigtails so much? Because they're there. If you had pigtails, wouldn't you want to just give them a little tuggaroo? I'd want to find some way to rig it up so that pulling one down makes the other go up and then vice versa. I think that'd be fun. I don't know how that would work, but I'm sure there's some way. Okay, Vero with a clip. We'll load up this clip, we'll watch this clip, and then we will get back to the game, I promise. Well, let me load this up with the clip, Vero, so we can all watch it together. This clip from Vero is titled, The Judge's Past. All right, let's see what this is. So yes, Clam says, why is Japan informing his school system failed him? He dropped out to pursue
Oh, yeah,
his
this
dream
stuff.
of being a judge. First, he and a bunch of other local street toughs formed a group of roving band of garage judges. They would just sit in garages and judge people. But then one day, he really buckled down, took the judge exam, and the rest is history. So yes, Clamps. There's Judge Udgy's backstory that nobody ever wanted or needed. Thank you very much to Clip Vero. Somebody says to Phoenix, yeah, isn't that painful? Crystal says, "Pa." Gallup says, "I was streaming. Oh, what were you streaming today?" Phoenix said, "Tugging pigtails is for the bedroom only. Lol. I'll stop." I'll take y'all's word on that. Okay. All right. Let's play some more. Just as Ms. Woods said, the case was covering the writing at the time of the assault. Oh, so are we saying the writing was maybe already there? Therefore, it was impossible for Mr. Justice to have left that message in blood. Okay, so it was written afterward. But again, why move it to write it there? No! You did it, boss! It was a real nail-biter, but you pulled it off. Yup! That should bring down the prosecution's claim like a house of cards. Guilty! Order in the court, Mr. Wright. That was a very clever deduction. It was nothing, Your Honor. Nothing but pure genius. Take that! Phoenix Wright! Oh, it feels so good. I want to kiss somebody. Boss, I'm sensing a definite smug and braggy vibe coming off of you. Ooh. I have just one question, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Smug. If Mr. Justice didn't leave this message in blood, then who did? Huh? What? Whoa. Well. No, the real attacker. There you go, the real assaulter. Oh, looks like I should have taken that train of thought through. I should have taken that train of thought through the last station. Why is this your job to find who it really was? Just prove it's not her. Well, I've heard a lot about this, but again, this proves that he couldn't have written it. It doesn't matter who it was, we know it wasn't him. So this is Mr. Wright's famous bluffing technique, is it? Oh, there's feeling! It brings back memories of the old days. Back when you carved out a name for yourself by bluffing your way through thick and thin. Seriously, you're an awful attorney as far as actual lawyering goes. Gee, Mr. Wright, the judge kind of makes you sound no better than a 2-bit con man. Let me tell you about the time I played piano. You made your argument with such confidence, Mr. Wright. Now I'd like to hear your answer with just as much confidence. Hey, until the judge asks the question, you didn't catch on either, Buster. What now, boss? I hope you didn't bluff your way into a corner. Think, Phoenix, think! There must be a way through this. Oh, slow, dramatic zoom. Oh, as the camera gets closer, I can feel myself coming up with an idea. Oh, it gets closer. Oh no, don't stop camera. Oh, we were so close. I have to dig my way to the truth somehow. Who could have written that message in blood? Yeah, the culprit. If Apollo didn't leave that bloody writing, maybe it was Apollo's attacker who wrote it and made it look like Apollo did it. Yeah, Phoenix was totally just about to say that. That seems like the most reasonable explanation. But wait a minute, I just realized something, boss. Well, what is it? Look at the amount of blood in the photo. It doesn't look like Apollo bled very much. I mean, there's just a little bit of blood on the rock that clobbered the back of his head, and then a little tiny bit on the finger. I wonder if it's even possible to write out Woods with just this much. Well, he probably just had to keep licking it to keep the blood flow going. Hey, you're right! Good thing Apollo didn't lose that much blood. I hear blood is important for your health. That might be a factor in why he survived the assault. And since there was so little blood, that pretty much rules out his attacker, huh? What? Why? Are we gonna try and argue it's not blood or someone else? What? I guess so. But if it wasn't his attacker, then who else could it have been? Who could have written that message in blood? I am going to save. 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 Okay, so I guess we're just gonna say someone else. If it wasn't Apollo, who could have left him? Oh, this is gonna give me, it's this guy. It's this guy, but he is the attacker. It's him. Ted Tonate. So, but if he ends up being the attacker, then they shouldn't have done so, but it couldn't have been. Ted Tonate, present.
Take that!
This person left the bloody writing? And what do you base this claim on? His name is Ted Tonate. Do I really need to base my claim on something? Boss! Of course you do. Don't tell me you don't have anything at all to back up your assertion. Nothing in particular, really. Oh, that won't do, Mr. Wright. But a penalty will make up for your deficiency very nice. Gark! So it wasn't Apollo or his attacker. When you think about who's at the crime scene, there's only one other person who it could really be. Oh, yeah. Wasn't there another person who shed blood at the crime scene? We're saying it was Juniper? Or Candace Arm? But Candace Arm was found in a completely different area. Yeah, 'cause she was like down there. What? If it wasn't Apollo, okay, so it definitely isn't Apollo because we can't go back. Who could have left the bloody message? Candace Arm. Present.
Take that!
To be honest, I don't actually have any real proof of this. We didn't have any proof of the other one either, and we got stabbed in the gut for it. But I've come this far. There's no turning back now. Besides Apollo, there was one more person who shed blood at the crime scene. Well, then test the blood! A person who shed blood? You don't mean! Oh, but I do. I believe it was Candace Arm who left behind this message in blood. What? Hang on. What? Detective Arm, hang on. I have a theory. I have a thought. And this might be a good thought. This might be a good thought. It could be a really stupid thought. I have a thought. W-O-O-D-S. And it just needs the R at the end. W-O-O. Like the 1 becomes a D if you add a bit more. The 5 is an S. But why would she write that? Yeah, see, that's an L. That is an L. In fact, do we see it in the other picture? That's what it is. It's the number on the side of the thing. So it's an L1, not a W. L1, O-O-1, which is then turned into a D. L, somebody made that little connection. L1, O-O-1. In fact, look, see, it's more smeared, and then that was added, and that's a 5. And see, there's a piece of rubble missing. I didn't even notice that. There's an R. Why? Why? I mean, I feel a little bit proud of myself that I figured it out, but oh my gosh. Let me read some in the chat while I just digest what is happening at the moment. Let's see. Phoenix says, Payne must have been emo as a kid. Oh, I bet he was. I bet He was a hot emo kid who got all the ladies. Exterminator says Ace Attorney is also known as Conflict of Interest, the game. It is also known as You Have No Rights, the game. Exterminator says, did you hear about that game CEOs play in the future? That they said that gamers might not even own the games they buy? No, yeah. Was it the EA CEO? Or he's like, you better get used to not owning your games. I hate that idea. Galp says, I need better headphones that not wires. Okay, I'll show you this. This will be a quick little advertisement. I got these little headphones. They are JLab, cheapo brand. Little Bluetooth earbuds. Cost me $15 at Best Buy. They were on sale. I don't know what they were originally. I think they were like 30 or 40 or something, but I got them for $15 at Best Buy. One of the best purchases I've made at Best Buy in a long time. They work great. They have never let me down. They got a quick and easy little USB thing that pops out there so you can plug it in and charge it. And it's better than like $150 for earbuds or something like that. So great. So it's once again JLab, super easy to pair. Now, if you're like listening to music and care about audio fidelity, probably isn't that great, but I listen to podcasts and stuff like that. So there's your free endorsement, JLab. Send me some free stuff, please. Clam says, wait, does Apollo have his right number of hair spikes based on the number of years experience? Does he grow them too, just like Phoenix? Vera said, what if it's not the real Apollo? I already told you. It's Apollo, his twin brother, that neither he nor Trucy knows about. And Gallop with a clip. Let's load this clip up, the clip viewer, after we watch this clip. Then we'll get back into the game. I feel like I'm recovering from that epiphany I had. This clip from Gallop is titled, It's Positions? Huh?
Yes, I just realised its position acts different from before.
It's position? The position of what?
Oh, it's this
What's
bit.
Position? What's position moved? What moved position how? How position who where? Huh? I see these clips sometimes. I'm like, why am I even saying this stuff? It's just all stream of consciousness. Thank you very much for the clip. Actually, I'll read a few more comments before we get back in the game, just because I am still behind. Exterminator says to Clam, like a tree. Exterminator says, what if Logan is not the real Logan? Crap, if I'm not the real Logan, who or what am I? Clam says, yeah, we established that in a previous game. Vera says, gasp! Clam said, what if I'm not the real Clam? Exterminator says, Phoenix's hands have gotta hurt from slamming. Well, I gotta like reposition my desk how it was when we played the previous Ace Attorney games. I need more room for slamming my hands down the desk, because right now I'm hitting like the edge of the desk and it kind of hurts. Clam says, no, I am. Logan is a loser. Vera says, Chat's today's sickness is existential crisis instead of being cat people. Yeah. And Extembrae says, c'est la vie. La vie. Okay, now we'll get back into the game here. So that's what it is. So we figured out, so what's written on the ground was the serial number of the case. For some reason, that when Candace Arm was dying, she wrote the serial number of the case on the ground. Ted Tenate moved the thing over top of it, and then later realized that, oh, what a coincidence. There's someone here in the courtroom whose last name can easily be created from these numbers, which is a whopper of a coincidence. The guy lucked out big time. But again, why did Candace write that? If she thinks Ted Tenate did, why not just write Donate? Except then, you know what it probably is? Oh, Tonate. There we go. Yeah, right, Tonate. I was going to say, for a second, I was going to say donate. People might think it's like, yeah, it's right, Tonate on the ground. Why do we have to be so elaborate with this? What? What, Detective Arm? Are you sure you know what you're doing here? Oh, not really! Yeah, bring it on, Winston. Not Winston, Gaspin, that's right.
What kind of ridiculous assertion is that? If you had said the attacker left a message to throw people off, it might have made sense.
At first glance, that would seem to be the most reasonable explanation. However, Apollo didn't shed enough blood to write such an extensive message.
Whoa! SpaghettiOs!
Oh, I see. Even the photo makes it clear there wasn't enough blood to write all those letters. So all that was used for Apollo's blood, so most of it is Candace Arm's blood. All that was used for Apollo is this little line here to connect the L to the 1 and to make the that other one into a D. And that's it. Okay. And Mr. Justice did survive. Oh, if I lost enough blood to write Woods, I'd be a goner. I suppose he didn't bleed very extensively in that case. He must have great hemoglobin.
But why would Detective Arm write the defendant's name? There is no connection between the two whatsoever.
And I didn't even know the lady who was killed.
I admit the investigation didn't turn up any connection between the victim and the defendant.
Well, that's right there. They're just like, yeah, you just admitted she didn't know her.
They had never even met each other.
You just undermined your own case, bro. That's very true. Well, then, let's see. Then maybe the intended meaning of the message is not what it appears to be. Nobody's gonna like call out Gaspin on that totally undercuts his entire case, removes that there's like no... Well, except I guess that he's claiming that she just blew up the courthouse and Candace Arm was a casualty of circumstance. What would you call it? There's a word for it, I can't remember right now, but my brain's farting. The intended meaning?
Not what it appears to be.
Maybe the message was not intended to be Woods. Oh, coming from you, that's quite the bold statement, Mr. Wright. You wish to assert that this bloody writing could have some other meaning? Yes, Your Honor. For something I pulled out of my butt. I mean, a wormhole. That hole. Not my butt, but the worm. My butt is a worm. It could turn out to be true, right?
It clearly says Woods, as anyone can plainly see. What other meaning could it possibly have?
Now I'm curious, when this is all done, I need to look up online. I bet Vero has this. Vero, will you have like a screen capture of what the Japanese version of this looks like? Because I'm sure it's like a different name, but I would love to like see what it was that they turned into from the serial number to a different name.
Objection!
But Candace Arm was a detective. Maybe Woods only means something to the police, like a police scanner code, for example. I didn't think of that.
You may have tricked his honor, but you'll never get the best of me. I have a thing for studying on the weekends. It's not like I can get dates anyhow, as you may have already guessed. But there is no such radio code as Woods in this state, dear Mr. Wright.
Is that a fact? Don't look at me. I know as much as you do about police codes.
Enough of this. I was quite taken with the defense's new theory, but if they can't substantiate it with anything, then I must end things here.
Yeah, I could have said, give me court record. I'll substantiate all you. I will substantiate you all night long, Judgy. No, please, wait, Your Honor.
Very well, but before we discuss this theory any further, I demand a plausible explanation. So, Mr. Wright, what is the true meaning of the bloody writing?
Well, I believe it's...
And no stalling! If you can't come up with an answer quickly, I will declare this discussion officially over.
I'm gonna save. And, oh, there we go, save. Oh, back out. I'm in trouble now. Oh, what other meaning could it have besides the obvious one? Maybe it means something in another language, like Virginian. Or maybe it's a code. Think, Phoenix, you can do this. Which piece of evidence will tell us what the word Woods really means? This one.
Take that!
The bomb transport case?
I've had it up to here with your shenanigans, Mr. Wright. No more penalties. I'm killing you. You will die. Ah! Take a look at the numbers in this case, Your Honor. Take a look at this photograph. L10015R. Doesn't the string look vaguely familiar? L1 0 0. What does this have to do with anything?
What could those numbers possibly have to do with the case at hand?
Now, please take a look at the bloody writing shown in the crime photo. Boy, I am so glad we got to this quickly. Oh, I think I see it. Atta girl, that's one on my side. It says Woods. No. Or you could say it's a horse of a different color, Your Honor. The first character isn't a W, it's actually an L and a 1. The next two are zeros. Oh my goodness! Oh, F! Ha! The true meaning behind the bloody writing isn't Ms. Wood's name, it's the number engraved on this bomb transport case! Is there a way to like change to the original music? Because this is all right. No, darn it. I was hoping that maybe there'd be like the original 3DS music. I want something a bit more, not pixelated, more digital sounding. Let's read some of the chat. Vero says, Killjoy boo. Somebody says, he's catching up. He's getting closer. Am I? Am I anywhere near close? Crystal says, meow. Vera said, we know Maya grows boobs when she channels Mia. What if she channels Apollo? Does she get, antennas? That's what antennas. That's the thing that she grows when channeling Apollo. Just the antennas. That is the thing that emerges from her body. Like a groundhog on February 2nd, scared that it will see a shadow. The antennae. Exterminator says, Logan underestimating my willingness to always watch Logan streams when. Well, I appreciate that extemporaneous. You're like one of my number one fans? I feel like I shouldn't have fans. I also feel like the website OnlyFans has ruined the word fans. Weedle says, okay, so I just beat the AI and then the game is ending. I got kicked out because of server maintenance. So yeah, but did you have fun with it was Pokemon you're playing, right? Somebody says, puzzles, have you only gotten as far as this game? Vera said, the tracks, Logan. Somebody says, classic Logan. Clem says, Logan blind. Vera says, I finished AA5 and stopped mid AA6. Well, we got plenty of time before we get to AA6. Simria says, yay, that's our Logan. Vera says, 6-4 in particular. Wait, there's 6 cases in the next? Oh, no, AA6 case 4, right? Clem says, that's it. I'm going to crash Logan's stream sometime soon. Vera said, oh, I didn't mean to give a hint. It's all good. Vera said, just wanted to show that they weren't lacking in details to show that it's been moved at some point, but you're welcome. Plot twist, he only had bandages to make this part of the case work. Oh, that's why they gave him bandages. So he's not going to keep that because it's a cool look. Is it going to go back to like regular Apollo? Can we unlock that as costume that he's like forced to keep? Exterminator says Logan tried to help out the criminal. Says there's no context to Logan's streams. Crystal says TTS. Oh, look, a flashback. Oh, he dying. It wasn't quite a flashback, but it was like one of those types of things where it was like going into his mind's eye and you were like getting a lot of his perspective and talking about his hopes and his dreams and what he wants as he's like, and you just know he's gonna die. He is gonna die, exactly. Crystal with a quote command, quote number 39, so much urine fog. Oh, that one doesn't even tell the game. That was Persona 4 Golden, everybody. September 12th, 2022. I'll read one more comment, we'll go back in the game. Who?
So Junie's name in Japanese
here we go.
is Shinobu/Shinobu. So the number is 511103, and by adding blood streaks and deleting to make it a Shinobu instead.
Yes, okay, I see that, because here we do. Let's pull this up, pull up the picture here. Oh, actually, yeah. Oh, because if it's 51, so 51103. Dang it, I have to look at the different letters. But yeah, because like the 5 at the beginning instead of the L looks like that'd be chi. Then, no. Okay, I can like sketch out my mind. I'd have to like write it. I see what you're saying. I love this. This is fantastic. I can't do it because these are different letters, but that is so cool. Thank you, Vero, for the heads up on that. I appreciate it. Okay, yes, then the ones become like an H and then I, and then, yeah. All right. It's the number engraved on this bomb transport case. Oh, wait, I said I was going to read one more comment in the chat. I'll do that here. Exterminator says, ooh, that reminds me that cat ears. What? Of that cat ears hat where they have the little flaps on the side. You can pull the flap of the ears coming. Yes, I've seen those. Those are really cute. They have the big long things and like they have like the air squishy things that make the ears. Yes! An exterminator with quote command again, quote number 22. I think we left off just before we pressed her hard. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, November 6, 2021. All right, let's play some more here. It's the number engraved on this bomb transport case.
Objection! What are you talking about? The next part doesn't make any sense. The next number is a 1 with a bloody writing says D. You couldn't possibly make a D out of a 1.
Objection!
Dude, you're dumb. But the number on the case and the bloody writing can be made to match up quite easily. This is how the number on the transport case can be made to match the bloody writing. Erase one line, erase two line, Read it backwards. Wait, erase? No, you don't erase any lines. It's a 1. You add a D. Oh, to make the D look like a 1. Erase 1 line. There we go. Erase 1 line. All you have to do is erase 1 line for the... I thought he was trying to say that the culprit erased a line of blood. Erase 1 line from where? Anywhere you like. Just anywhere. Anywhere I'd like. All right. I'll erase one of the O's. Wads. What's that supposed to mean? Your state of mind, I believe it stands for wise, optimistic, dauntless, and serene. Boss, what in the world? This is no time for a psychology test. Don't penalize me. No. I can't say my state. No. Just take the bendy thing. Can't say my state of mind is exactly serene right now, Mr. Wright. That is not fair. Arrgh, I guess erasing just 1 line won't do the trick. Yes, but it will. Look at this. It's a 1. Erase the big swooshy thing. And then it becomes... Why? Why? All right, let's keep going. Mr. Wright, please refrain from making things up as you go along. Now try again. This is how the number on the transport case can be made to match the bloody writing. Just read it backwards. No, just... You don't need to read it backwards. What? What are we doing? What is it even asking? Should I read it backwards? Try that. I propose we read it backwards. Let's see. Reading it from the back end, we get stew. I see. And what does that mean? It's what I promised Mizuki and AI.
Logan, how do you make KW into L1?
I thought we were only talking about the D. I'm reloading. This is bullcrap. This is absolute bullcrap. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Vero. We were talking about the D. I mean, why has it got to be so complicated when there's a bunch of men standing around at work talking about the D? Talking about how to make your D into a certain thing. Okay. So, trouble now. What are the main comments? Besides the obvious one, maybe it's not like, oh crap, this is way far back. I should have saved scum more. So it's this thing, and we're gonna just tap through all this. Yes. Oh, we're gonna back and actually press present. Take that. And I'm just gonna hammer these down as we skip ahead and we read some more in the chat. Extemporaneous said, oh, wait, hang on, there's more. No, Galp says, streaming Echocalypse. I hope I'm saying that. Echocalypse again. Chris says, take that! Quote number 33. It's really hard for me to be afraid of him with those nicely cut sandwiches behind him. Z-Diggity in Dream Daddy, a daddy dating simulator, January 29th, 2022. Exterminator said, did you know that originally they were going to call Phoenix Roger Right, but they decided it was too much like Roger Rabbit. Well, okay, here we are. That sounds familiar. Somebody might have mentioned that before. I feel like I like the name Phoenix. It works especially when they later added on the rise from the ashes and things like that. But okay, so let's erase 2 lines. Please erase the 3rd downward stroke of the W and the curved part of the D. Oh. Well, would you look at that? And nobody's even noticing the part of the R there. Lewis! No, you're on your honor, no! What's wrong with you? It isn't meant to be read as a word. It's the number L10015. Which, if you take away the final R, is the exact same number that's on the Bob Transport case.
No, he's gonna say, but there is no R. Erase 2 lines and they match up, you say? Well, I can change anything into anything else simply by erasing 2 lines. What if we erase 2 lines from your name? Would you be happy as Mr. Rye?
Well, would you, Mr. Rye? Can that be my name from now on? The only right spelling is right. Okay, I'm doing pretty well here, and I think I've drawn the right conclusion. Detective Arm's real message to us is the bomb transport case number.
Poor guy is illiterate, and when he tries, you immediately shoot him down and get mad at him. No wonder he hasn't overcome his illiteracy.
That's true. I mean, on the one hand, we don't want to, like, feed the wrong ideas. We need to correct him. But the problem is we're not lovingly correcting him. So thank you very much for the 10 bits, Clam. And also, I'm going to save again before we keep continuing here. Just because we do need to scum these saves. Because this whole thing has been ridiculous. Read a couple more comments in the chat, though. Exterminator says, this is Japanifornia, Logan. You can prove someone is not guilty, but if you can't find the culprit, you are guilty. And Phoenix said, oh, Phoenix with a clip. Phoenix, here are the clips. Oh, and even typed out, check this out. Logan Robo streaming Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney
TTS,
Trilogy.
You can do it, Mr. Rye.
Mr. Rye! It's like the type of bread. He is rye bread. He is a catcher in the rye. Thank you very much for the TTS. I appreciate that. Who is it that did the TTS? I can't even see in the thing. Oh, it's Crystal who did the TTS. Thank you very much, Crystal, for the TTS. All right, let's load this clip up with the clip viewer. Oh, crap. This clip is titled Ooh Woo. All right, let's watch this.
Oh, it feels so good. I want to kiss somebody.
Boss, I'm sensing a definite smug and braggy vibe coming off of you. Ooh.
Oh, it feels so good.
Why do I do things? Thank you very much for the clip. I appreciate that, Phoenix. Phoenix saying I'm deceased. Vero says, I just have sensitive eyes and they hurt a lot when it's winter and the air is dry. Okay, that makes sense. What I get in the winter a lot is I get like, this is gonna sound weird, like I get chapped knuckles, if that makes sense. Cause like I have very sensitive skin. I get that and also like if I get sick and have to blow my nose a lot, I get like red inflammation on the side of my nose. Vera says, whew, it finally sent it. Phoenix said, quote, blood is important for your health. Facts. Exterminator says, add quote, blood is important for your health. Vera said, it's just Junie. She vandalized the courtroom. Yeah, she just found some blood. And she's like, I'm gonna write my name. And then she covered up because she was embarrassed because, again, she meant to write Junie Justice. But is so used to writing her name, and you're like, what? Oh, crap. That's gonna be my maiden name. Exterminator says, Logan, that's rude. You can't base your claim on people's names. That's mean. If someone's mom named them, I'm guilty. Don't be mean. No, we established it before. You're guilty. You are guilty. Vera said, I think they're trying to establish that, hey, the attacker wasn't supposed to be able to write Apollo's blood before the attack, so they're asking whose blood is this. They just did a bad job of explaining that. Phoenix with the lurk. Thank you for the lurk, Phoenix, and for popping in and for the clip. I appreciate it. Enjoy your lurk. I'll read a couple more comments. We'll go back in the game here. Exterminator says, yeah, Phoenix, this isn't hurting our client's case. Ooh. Vera says, laughing. Exterminator says, Logan's 11:37 cents are tingling, I guess. I figured it out before the game did. I should feel proud of myself, right? Although everyone else playing it probably figured it out instantly. Vera said, Logan's skills been honed by months of BS with other AA games. Vera says to extemporaneous, and that, lol. Weedle says, because you're a puppy kicker. Well, that explains everything, apparently. All right, back into the game. Detective Arm's real message to us is the bomb transport case number. Your Honor, the 2 lines were added by the real culprit to intentionally mislead people. What? The original message Detective Arm left behind was the transport case number. But whoever assaulted Apollo changed the message. If you're right, boss, then what do you suppose Detective Arm was trying to tell us? Good question. What does this number represent? Do you see this number here? That is my identification number. Oh, so it's him! Oh, but he didn't know her, so she probably didn't know his name, but just saw his number. Candace Arm lost her life in the courtroom bombing. Her dying message could only have had one purpose. No! I don't want you to find out the truth! Ha! To tell us the name of the one responsible for the bombing! I like how Thena also has her arms down like that. Oh, well, don't keep us in suspense, Mr. Wright. Tell us who she was trying to name. I named him earlier, and you stabbed me in my bread basket for saying it. The culprit that the victim was trying to identify is none other than... I mean, it fed it to us. It showed him in the flashback.
Take that!
The defense wishes to indict Mr. Ted Tonate on the charge of the courtroom bombing. Maybe before we say this loud, make sure he doesn't have that bomb with him that he was assembling and disassembling. Dude's got a literal bomb with him, a deadly weapon. This is not gonna go well. He's gonna try and set off that bomb. It's Chekhov's bomb. We saw a bomb in the first act, it has to go off by the second court day. Ted Tonate? Apparently, disabling bombs isn't Mr. Tonate's only specialty. Somehow, the victim must have realized that he was the bomber. So when she was caught in the blast, she left his bomb transport case number as her dying message. She used Mr. Tonate's own ID number to finger him for the crime. Why do we keep pausing after saying that?
Why would anyone go out of their way to write an ID number? Wouldn't they simply write the person's name?
He's got a good point there. She didn't know his name. They said they didn't know each other. And what do you have to say to that, Mr. Wright? That only Detective Arm would know the answer to that, but allow me to offer a theory. Perhaps Detective Arm couldn't recall Mr. Tonate's name in the heat of the moment. As I recall, this was the first meeting between the two. It's entirely possible they wouldn't have been familiar with each other.
Or maybe using the ID number was a way to hide its true meaning from the real culprit.
Yeah, because he wouldn't recognize his ID number. Let me read a few more comments in the chat, though. Crystal laughing. Sherman says, Logan, tech review stream went. I am not good enough for tech reviews. I have been thinking maybe at some point I should apply for like some sponsorships to do some ad reads on the channel. if they let me say whatever I want. I think that could be fun. Beer said, sponsor this man, JBL. Weedle says, oh, dude, you hear Xbox is trying to get rid of physical copies of games? I know, and I hate that. I am all in favor of physical media. Gallup said, Logan is Phoenix Wright. I don't know if I'd want that, because Phoenix Wright, he's going to die a virgin. I am just putting that out there. Edgeworth is too tsundere to change that. Exterminators, oh, here's a would you rather. Would you rather number 114, would you rather have a room with whiteboard walls you can draw on, or a room where the whole ceiling is one big skylight? I mean, the skylight sounds cool, but I'm guessing that would be like a real pain for like room temperature control and insulation stuff. I also would feel very self-conscious if I like go into my room to change my clothes and just knowing that it's I mean, you know what, if it's closable, skylight, absolutely skylight. If it's not closable, then, well, except no, the whiteboard would be hard to like hang up pictures and things. I guess skylight. Worst case scenario, you can hang up horizontal curtains or something. Okay, let's keep going. Thus, lowering the odds that they would erase the bloody writing. Ha! But no matter what the reason, the important thing is the meaning behind her message. The fact remains she wrote Mr. Tonate's ID number.
Now, just one moment here. There hasn't been any proof yet that it was indeed Detective Arm who wrote it.
Run a blood test!
Boom! The bloody writing wasn't found during the investigation after the blast.
Yeah, because the bomb disposal cart thing, whatever, was on top of it.
If Detective Arm had left the message, it should have been found at the time.
Naturally, Mr. Tonate hid it before anyone could discover it. And there's a simple explanation for how he was able to do so.
What?
Mr. Tonate was able to cover the message up because he's a stickler for details, the first to find the body, wearing those weird goggles. Yeah, he was like the first to find the body, right? I mean, he is a stickler for details, but he was the first to find the body. That was the whole thing. He said he went in there. Yeah, the first person to discover the bloody writing was Mr. Tonate himself. Oh, the body.
I was the first person on the scene after the explosion. I went there to ensure safety, but I ended up discovering a dead body.
When Mr. Tonate saw that the victim had written his ID number, he used the bomb transport case to cover up the bloody writing as a stopgap measure.
Oh, so that's why the message in blood was under the transport case.
He didn't have enough time to try and scrub away the writing. If he didn't report the body right away, he would look suspicious. So those letters lived on to serve another function. When Mr. Tornade used them in another incident. Oh, the assault on Mr. Justice! Exactly! Mr. Tornade hit upon a plan to use the bloody writing for his own purposes, so he didn't clean it away. Instead, he made it look like Mr. Justice wrote it by adding 2 lines to the writing that Detective Arm left behind. He changed the meaning of the message!
Oh, I thought he was saying my name because he loved me. Oh, Juniper Sad.
I'll read a couple more comments in the chat. Exterminator says, speaking of the real Logan, we were talking about personal identity in philosophy class. How do you know that you're the same person that you were 10 years ago? Is this going to be like a Ship of Theseus type of thing? Because you guys know the Ship of Theseus dilemma, right? You have the Ship of Theseus. Oh, I bumped the microphone. And if you take a part off of it and replace it with another part, that's still the Ship of Theseus, right? And if you take another part away and replace it with a new part to fix it up, that's still the Ship of Theseus. But it said, what if you keep replacing parts until every single one of the original parts, every original part has been replaced with a new part, and you take all of the parts that were taken off of it to be replaced and assembled a new ship entirely out of the original ship's parts? Then which one is the original Ship of Theseus? And same thing with people, like all of our cells are constantly dying and regenerating. You are, over a period of time, a new physical organism. But here's the thing I think about that. I think about prestiging people with Star Trek transportation devices. I think we talked about this, and I know I'm not the only one that has this theory, because I've heard other people talk about it too. In Star Trek, transportation, they don't teleport you. Teleporters, they don't transport you elsewhere. They kill you by tearing you apart on a molecular, subatomic, whatever level. They rip you apart. They kill you. But they take a map of how to assemble you. They reassemble you elsewhere and give that new you your memories. So they murder you, but then create a new you that has all your old memories. So never take a teleporter in Star Trek. Anyway, sorry, that was just from that. Exterminator says, some people think that it's the fact that you have the same body, but the body changes all the time. The cells of your body change so much that by 7 years, your cells will be different. In addition, if you were to switch bodies with someone else just because they would have your body, would that make them you? Well, the question is, like, yeah, how do you consider you? A lot of people these days, what's a bye? J Hutch VA rated with a party of 16. Hang on, let me do a shout out for you, Jay, and then I'll get back to this conversation we're having with the chat in a minute, because that's a big party. So let's do a shout out. What were you playing? Mario Kart 8. Ooh, but what is this game? Oh, is it VR chat? Is that like a ball pit? How is your stream, Jay?
Jesus, what time is it?
You do know how much urine is in ball pits. You got to be careful, man. Even in VR chat or just whatever,
That time.
there's gonna be virtual urine in there.
Wait a minute.
But welcome, Raiders. Welcome.
What are you doing here?
I hope you enjoyed Jay's
In my
stream.
room.
I know him IRL. I'm gonna be honest. He looks less wolfy in person. But welcome. I'll give you guys a rundown of the stream. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays, alternating between multiple games. So this one is Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. It's the 5th in the Phoenix Wright series. So we're doing courtroom visual novel shenanigans. Oh, Raise the Dragon, thank you so much for the follow. I hope that means that you're liking the few seconds you've been here so far. I appreciate that. Other games we play, we spent most of last year playing Persona 5 Royal. So next week we're gonna also start playing Persona 5 Reload. We're gonna be alternating that. We've been doing other games, so yeah. Come and check us out. Here, I'm sure someone might have already posted this in the chat, but let me do the socials command, and let me read some of the comments from the Raiders. I'm gonna scroll all the way down the bottom. Oh, what's that? That's another follow. Chase the Bunny, thank you so much for the follow. I hope you're enjoying this as well then. But the other thing I should let you know, I read every comment in chat, but I get far behind, so I'm gonna pause with the scroll where I am and go down the raid and read what you guys are saying. We got Vanilla Beam, the Ant Pony, and Shark Ray 38. I appreciate you. You are the best of all the Shark. The first 37 Shark Rays, they're worthless. Nuts to all of them. But thank you so much, Shark Ray. I really appreciate it. Thank you to the 3 of you for the follows. And Jay, thank you again for the raid. But yeah, Vanilla Beam, the Ant Pony says, the Master Carter sends his regards. That's ominous when you say it that way. Chase the Bunny says, the Master Carter sends his regards. I feel like you're gonna assassinate me. That's like a thing you say right before you stab me or something. Race the Dragon says, yo, Apollo Justice. I'm a huge fan of the Ace Attorney series. Yes, so this is the Apollo Justice trilogy. So we did last year, we did Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. So this is Ace Attorney Dual Destiny. So it has both Apollo Justice and Phoenix Wright in it. So I promise you'll see characters in a minute. It's not just the word woods splattered on the ground in blood, but I'm glad. So feel free to tune in for more of these then, Rays. Jay said, frustrating. I'm mad at Nintendo. Why are you mad at Nintendo? Oh, it's because they're going to be closing online services for the 3DS and Wii U shop, or is it because they're threatening to sue Power World? Exterminator says, Ball Pit, FNAF, time travel. You guys saw that, right? I posted on Discord, which, by the way, the social media link tree that I posted that has invite link for our Discord, has my TikTok, my YouTube, my Twitter. Feel free to check them out if you're so inclined. But yeah, did you see there's the new Five Nights at Freddy's game coming out, the anniversary game, Five Nights at Freddy's Into the Pit. Looks like some type of maybe a side-scrolling pixel type of a game. Vera says to raise, yay, us too! And then Yin King says, VR ball pits don't count. They just drop you in the back rooms. That's okay. You know, Extemporaneous did a would you rather question. Here's for the new people. Would you rather be in a ball pit that you know has a little bit of urine in it, or fall into a ball pit that transports you into the back rooms? Which would you rather? Severa says, Logan played AA1 to 4 plus AAI1. I just wish they'd localize AAI2. Raise, I gotta make sure to pronounce that because the Z, because we also have a Ray in our community. Raise says, and nice, you actually said my name correctly. Appreciate that. Oh, I did. What do most people say? Because Raise _ dragon. Do they pronounce the underscores? But yeah, I try to get names, but you gotta make sure if I say your name wrong, correct me right away, because whatever I know you as the first time I meet you, I will know you as forever. People imprint on me like baby birds. Here said, that's the old schedule, Logan. Wait, what? Oh crap, did I not update the schedule this whole week? I am sorry, the schedule command is outdated. I could have sworn I updated that. Don't tell Rukov if he comes back from sleeping. Sorry. Chase the Bunny says, love the Ace Attorney games. They're fun. Well, we do something here. I'll show you guys here in a second. We like to do voices with them, which you might be used to if you watch Jay, because I know that Jay, the name, Jay Hutch VA. I've always assumed the VA stands for voice actor, unless, Jay, you're planning on moving to Virginia or something like that. So let's play a little bit. You can watch. For Phoenix, though, I just do my normal voice. Hope that's okay. He changed the meaning of the message. He made it look like Mr. Justice was accusing Miss Woods of the attack. So that means the only person who could have altered the bloody writing was the courtroom bomber. Who was the same person that assaulted Mr. Justice? Huh. And the person is Ted Tonate! Hubbub. Phoenix Wright is correct again. Order in the court! Order, I say! Oh, it looks like we'll have to hear from the bomb specialist himself! But okay, this time, take away his practice bomb before he comes to the stand. I'm telling you, that's gonna go off. Like I said, Chekhov's bomb. Mr. Payne, please have Mr. Toadate take the witness stand. Oh, yes, Your Honor. That was great, Mr. Wright. Just doing what I do best, which is flying by the seat of my pants. Dismantling the case is yours. Do what you think. Do you think you can handle it? I look forward to seeing you try. I've finally drawn Mr. Tonate back into the witness stand. Looks like you'll get your wish, Goggle Man. Now watch me take your lies apart. Getting a little bit cocky there, Phoenix. Again. And there he is. ... So that's for those who are new from the raid, that's basically, I guess, a taste of what you can expect. Except I also like to throw in extra lines sometimes, go off script, which doesn't always go well. But I'll read a couple more from the raid, then I'll go back to where I was in the chat. Let's see, Chase was saying, oh, I read that. Jay said, no, they screwed me over with a DLC. Clam says, which DLC? Yeah, which DLC? Bill said, yes, MGS2 and 3 are finally Steam Deck playable. Nice. So I'm assuming that's not the game that screwed over Jay, though, right? But that's Metal Gear Solid, right? Yin King says, backrooms, at least I can recover from that trauma. But here's the thing, I feel like as gross as ball pit urine is, you can go home and take a shower. You can launder your clothes. Once again, the backrooms, now I don't know a lot of backrooms lore. Is there a way out of the backrooms? I always assumed you're like trapped there pretty much forever. Except Ray says, backrooms are scary though. Ray says, they tend to say like, like Raz or something like that. Oh, but it's like R-A-Z. That's like a word. Like you raise a city to the ground. Vera said, what made it obvious? The name, maybe? And Vera says, "La, the Z is right there. I know, see?" Okay, now I can scroll back up to where I was because I caught up to the raid part of the chat. And again, like I said before, raise is, now I gotta ask, Chase the Bunny, is it Chase or is it Chas? Because there's no E after that. I could just call you Bunny, maybe, for short until I know. And Shark Ray, again, thank you, all three of you, for the follows. And Jay, again, thank you for the raid as well. Let me read a couple more comments to the chat from where I was. What the fuck? Oh, and Clam just gifted a sub to Vero. Thank you, Clam. That's so nice, Vero. You now once again have access to the Hey board or channel on Discord and the emotes. Yay, thank you, Clam. Read. Oh, look at this. Hang on. I see Prince Paul is in the chat, said we're still on the first case. You know what Logan time is like, Prince Paul. I get easily distracted, says Chuck's coffee at Logan. Lovingly. It's like Godot throwing his coffee at Phoenix. Lovingly. How you doing, Prince Paul? Vera said Logan time is a phenomena. Hey, Paul. Prince Paul says hi. Okay, now I'll play some of the game. But Prince Paul, so good to see you. But yes, and good news, Apollo is not dead. There was some Apollo slander earlier in the stream because we thought he was dead, but he's fine. He's totally okay. All right, Mr. Tonade, I'm afraid we have a few more questions for you. I understand the situation, Your Honor. I was keeping a close eye on the proceedings from the gallery. The allegations are all laughable.
Objection!
I wouldn't be laughing if I were you, Mr. Tonate. The message in blood matches your ID number. The same ID number that is there on that bomb transport case.
What if I say that belongs to Juniper Woods? Maybe. Such a far-fetched theory, no better than a tangled ball of wires.
See, there's the bomb. They let him keep his bomb.
I will have them untangled for you in no time at all.
You were the first person on the scene after Detective Arm left her message in blood. Huh. You were the only one who could have hidden the writing and then used it again later.
I see. ×2. Ha ha. Telescopic vision joke. But then let me ask you, do you have any proof that Detective Arm wrote that message?
Again, why are we not ordering a blood test? I know that in Japanifornia, apparently you have only 3 days to do a trial. We're only on day 2. We could totally do a blood test. Oh, that's a very good question. Well, do you, Mr. Right? The best way to prove that Detective Arm wrote that message is to... analyze the DNA. I mean, that would be the easiest. Let's save in case it's wrong and check to see if there's anything else that has her handwriting on it, I guess. Because the handwriting, I don't know if that necessarily matters. Okay, save. Save. Back out. Do we have anything in the court record that references her handwriting? Cause of death, trauma to the back of the head, cause of death, blah, blah, blah. That's just a picture of her. We got plenty of samples of her blood. Darn it, she doesn't have any blood on her fingers, though, but we don't see her other hand. Okay. Hidden inside stuffed animal, that's the tail. Missing remote switch. Yeah, okay, so I would just say analyze the DNA. That is the easiest thing. Analyze the DNA, right? Your Honor, I request that a DNA test be performed on the blood itself. Once we know whose it is, it will be obvious as to who wrote the message. Oh, very well. Bailiff, please put in a request for a DNA test with the forensics team. Yes, Your Honor. It'll be some time before we have the results of the analysis, so, earlier Phoenix Wright was asking about crushes. Do any of you have someone you like? Until then, let's hear more from the witness.
I would like nothing more, Your Honor. I want the court to hear how ridiculous the defense's theory is.
Witness testimony after the explosion.
All right, but we got to be getting close to the end of this chapter. My guess is we'll have like 1 or 2 testimonies from this guy. Blood results come back. Then he'll probably set off this bomb and blow up the courthouse again. Then read a few more comments in the chat, though, while we have a moment here together. And by the way, we are getting close to the 2.5 hour mark. So if anybody wants to keep an eye out for raid suggestions on who we're going to be raiding later on tonight. Apparently we can't raid Jay Hutch tonight because he came here. But still, Xemaria says, still other people theorize that it's psychological continuity. The fact that I remember the memories of me from 10 years ago / being that person means I must be that person. Counter arguments argue that it can't be, since if I forget my memories from 10 years ago, we forget things every day. That shouldn't stop us from being the same person from 10 years ago. And that's a good point. I think of it this way. A lot of people these days really kind of act like ourselves, that we are just our brain and the rest of us is a meat suit that we puppeteer, but we are our entire body. We are everything about us. And so it's the ship of Theseus, but it doesn't have the new ship being assembled from the old parts. And so I just think that, yeah, you are still the same person. I believe in the immortality of the human soul and things like that. That's what I'm going with. Exterminator says, point is, what makes you the same you from 10 years ago? Who knows? The fact that I'm still single, probably. Exterminator says, add quote, I'll substantiate all night long, judgy. Chris Paul said, oh wait, did we hit the intermission? Yes, we did hit the intermission. So we are in the second day of the trial, so don't believe in me that much, please. Exterminator says, Logan dislikes the music, confirmed. Bale said, well, the reason it sounds like that on the 3DS is because of the sound chip, not necessarily the music itself. Okay. Exterminator says, Logan OnlyFans? Wait, what? No, I told you before. If I had to make something like that, it wouldn't be OnlyFans, it would be Lonely Fans. It would be just me by myself, playing with my action figures. Will says, what? No, Logan, it was Yu-Gi-Oh, you nerd. That's what it was. Yes, how was the Yu-Gi-Oh? Weedle, I'm sorry. I forgot. Says, but I am shiny hunting in Pokemon Black and White while I am trying to get a shiny Snivy. Ooh. Beowulf said, don't forget the timeline in this game is messed up. This takes place toward the end of the game. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with non-linear storytelling. Oh, so you know what's probably going to happen then? What's probably going to happen is that this trial, this is my new prediction, this trial will end with his bomb either about to go off or going off. And that'll be a cliffhanger. And then we won't see what happened until the end of the game. Krista with the quote command, quote number 40, a flower crown is just a better onion ring. Logan 2023, Omori, March 26th. See, Prince Paul said Logan forgets how Ace Attorney works. I do. Vera said erase the 2 lines to the W. Yeah, I thought they were just talking about the D. Prince Paul says if the music doesn't stop, plus the penalty is still on screen, save scum time. X-Ray says Ace Attorney. This is the real question that breaks Logan. Vera laughing. Prince Paul says, quote, I thought we were only talking about the D. Clan says Logan equals smart. X-Ray says, Clan, please add that quote. Add quote, I thought we were talking about the D. That's now quote number 63. Great. Prince Paul says classic. Vera says sad. That's not quote number 69. Vera says, how would the judge pronounce GIF? He would say GIF because he is a gentleman of oh crap, how's that old meme go? I see you are a man of, oh, it's the anime clip with the subtitle. It's not class, it's not refinement, it's a culture. That's what it is. Judge Udgy, he is a man who has traveled the world. He's a man of culture. He says it the correct way. He says GIF. Oh, Principal says ZIF. And Vera laughing. All right, let's play some more game. And then we'll get back to the chat in just a minute here. I admit I was the first one on the scene after the explosion, but there was no bloody writing there at the time. Anyway, there is no way Detective Arm could have written it. She struck her head on rubble and died near the courtroom entrance, so she was then... So you moved her. You dragged her over there. Dude, we're accusing you of this. We're accusing you of a cover-up. We can still hear his eyeballs moving. I like that. She was too far away from where the bloody message was found. So, you're saying that the victim's body was nowhere near where the writing was? Precisely. It is as plain as day that she could not have written it. It's true that the body was discovered near the entrance of the courtroom. Please have a look at this crime scene photo. Oh crap, it's just barely too high up. Just like pan down a little bit, see if there's blood on her fingers. As you can see, there is blood on the rubble near the victim's body. She must have died after hitting her head there. Okay, no, all he's got to do, because look, there's also like blood on her chest. And so that's probably how she died. She scrawled out her message. He drags her over, smashes her head on the rock. Oh, no, that's what it is. Because watch, look at that. That is all pointy and jagged. But if we remember the autopsy report, it says, oh, wait, no, we don't want to see the picture. There we go. Caused impact with a flat object. So that can't be it. So there, we are already ahead of this. Courtroom bombing photo added to the court record. Wow, tutorial. We're already in the second page. Crime scene photo of the aftermath of the court. Oh, wait, in this one we can see the hand? Why can we not? Oh. I see. All right then, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness.
Do you have what it takes to take my infallible testimony apart?
Cross-examination. And we are also going to save before we do this, after the explosion. Because we are save scummers who scum our saves. Which is odd that I save scum so much, and yet I still don't have full health on this. Yeah.
I admit I was the first one on the scene after the explosion.
Hold it! Why were you the first person on the scene? Earlier he just said that he was hanging around, right?
To secure the area, it is regulation for a bomb disposal specialist to enter first.
Ha! In other words, you had the opportunity to alter the bloody writing then, didn't you?
Well, infallible testimony.
Objection. Mr. White, please don't interrupt. Mr. Tonate is about to give testimony that will show just how wrong your reasoning is. You should be called Phoenix. Wrong. I bet no one else has ever thought of that before.
Darn! I think he was just about to say something interesting too.
When I went in and saw the aftermath, well, it was quite the disaster. But there was no bloody writing there at the time.
You were able to tell this even with those goggles on?
With these goggles, there is no way I could have missed something like that.
Well, you can see how it was right. His left eye is all red, so it would have filtered it out. It'd be like Godot's vision in number 3.
I can see quite well with them. In fact, I can see every hair on your spiky head. Oh, you have a few grays, Mr. Wright. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. What? Poor Mr. Wright. You're always working so hard, keeping our office together. You're so close to dying. You're so old. How are you even still alive?
Let me read a few more comments in the chat here. Let's see. Crystal doing the quote command again. Quote number 59. Yeah, it was not a suicide. Super Mario RPG, December 27, 2023. Vera said, if you erase 2 lines from Logan, what does that do? Phoenix says, clip. Vera says, Ogan. Extremia says, Loga 3. Extremia says, ooh, 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 ooh. Vera says, Logan Roo. Phoenix says, ooh, ooh. Extremia says, Logan, when he realized these clips are going to show up in other channels. Yeah, I've resigned myself to it at this point. If there's any really embarrassing one, I guess I can always go delete it. X-Ray says, I get nosebleeds in the winter. I sometimes do that. Because like I said, I just have very dry, sensitive skin, and I assume that also means the up in the old nose skin. Phoenix with an emote. Oh crap, Prince Paul redeemed Logan Clipperlit. Okay, so we gotta do this. Crap, we gotta see what shows up here. And I gotta be ready to kill this in case it is something with a, any type of a spoiler. But let's try this and see what shows up. There's the clip roulette.
You motherfucker! If you're not gonna use that dick of yours now, then when, huh?
Moving on.
You know what? Fuck it. Come here, Shuichi. I'm gonna squeeze every last drop out of you.
I take back what I said. This wasn't as creepy as I thought it would be.
Wait a minute.
Did we leave the 18 and plus filter on for this? Well, my apologies to any lurkers that scared off, but you're probably not here anymore to hear that apology, so let's see, Prince Paul. Oh, that was Prince Paul who did the command. Vera says, yeah, I hope the oh clip shows up. Prince Paul says, oh, how I've missed Logan Clip Roulette. Widow says, I want one of these games with no flashbacks, so you have to actually find out how it is. Widow says, Exterminate, same, it sucks. Exterminate says, how it is. Widow says, nosebleeds in the wintertime, they suck. Phoenix, or as Prince Paul says, no, have you seen Phoenix? He is gay, meanie, Did he? What what game did Phoenix get? I think the only Phoenix that got a girl was Feeny. And that was just fake. Anyway, let me load up this clip in the clip viewer. We'll check out this clip, then we'll get back into the game. Because Vero got a clip, we'll pop this up so we can all watch it together. This clip from Vero is titled, For the Crime. Okay, I don't know what that's gonna be, but let's find out together. For the crime. She left his bomb transport case number as her dying message. She used Mr. Tonate's own ID number to finger him. For the crime. Why do we keep pausing after saying that? It's the wording. Why game? Thank you very much for the clip, Vero. I appreciate that. And Prince Paul, Extremaria says, Phoenix got that. Lawyer Riz, he'll be fine. Vero says, with me. Extremaria says, I think skylights have like curtains or closing or something. Oh, then yeah, totally that. Although, crap, would that be strong enough to hold up snow in the wintertime? Is it safe? Weedle says, and I will boycott Nintendo if they get rid of psychic games. X-Ray says, it'd be great natural light for whiteboards to get metal posters like the displates ones. Weedle says, unless they make, that is true. Weedle says, unless they make the concept truly not needed at all on physical media. Vera says, fun fact, in the Japanese version, the two plushies have very clever names. Netsuzo-kun. Netsuzo equals forgery, but Zo equals elephant. And Enzai-kun. Enzai equals false charge, but Sai almost means rhino. I like that. X-Ray says, rap bum rhino. Still kind of fire, though. I thought it was bum rap. But either way, as long as there's a rap and there's a bum, that's rap. X-Ray says, Logan should teach my philosophy class. Nah, I'd have to get up early for that. Vera says, I agree. It sounds fun to say out loud. Clam says, doesn't Theseus still own both ships? Really, Theseus gets two ships. That one that is nice and new and an old jank one. That's how it works. That's how you have your cake and you eat it too. You take apart your cake and you make a new cake and then you eat one. Then you have eaten and have your cake. We have all learned something very important today. And that's where the raid came in. Let me scroll down to where I left off in the raid chat. And then we'll be able to get right back into the game here. I assume by now that probably most of the people who came in for the raid have probably taken off. You were just sitting through a long stream. But if you could somehow hear this, thank you again so much for the raid and for the new follows and everything like that. I do really, really appreciate that. Okay, let's get back in the game. Poor Mr. Wright, you're always working so hard, keeping our office together. Wait a minute, I don't have any gray hairs. Just kidding. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha.
Objection!
I object to the witness's attempt to prematurely give me gray hair. Mr. Tunate, this court frowns upon untoward comments on a person's hair or lack thereof. Oh crap, I accidentally hit auto again. I'm sensing a great wave of sorrow coming from the judge. My apologies, Your Honor. May I please continue my testimony? I need to see if I can rebind that auto key to something that I'll never accidentally press. Anyway, there was no way to weight detected arm could have written it. Hold it! Ha! If she didn't write it, then who do you propose did? Mr. Justice, of course. Just before dying, he wrote the name of his attacker, Juniper Woods. The final message from your poor subordinate. Poor Mr. Justice, I'm starting to get all misty-eyed. Oh, he was a nice boy. Why did he turn out to be a murderer? Apollo is not dead, folks. Also, you think he's a victim of a murder, not a murderer. What? So how can you be so sure it wasn't Detective Arm who wrote the message? It is very simple. She had struck her head on rubble and died near the courtroom entrance. Okay, so this is the one we're gonna present the evidence. We're still gonna press first just to see if there's any new dialogue. And then we'll do that, and bada bing, bada boom, we'll be all set. Do you imagine she was thrown back by the force of the blast? A bomb can inflict damage not only from the explosion itself, but also substantial secondary damage from the blast wind. Detective Arm unfortunately hit her head on some rubble. It's stated in her autopsy report as well. Cause of death, trauma to the back of the head. See, he's leaving out the from a flat object thing. He's intentionally doing this. Ah, the autopsy report. Boy, howdy, if there's a player watching this, the player ought to read that right now. Oh, I better take another look at that. No, I already did, Phoenix. I'm ahead of you. Now, do you see, Detective Arm could not have written that message. The reason for that being...
Boom. She was too far away from where the bloody message was found.
Isn't it possible she could have crawled to the area of the bloody message?
If that were true, then how did she return to the spot near the entrance?
Maybe she crawled back after writing. It was like, oh, I missed that piece of rubble. It was so comfy, leaning up against it. Oh, I want to go back there right now. Humph. Hey, did this guy just humph me? Nobody but Edgeworth is allowed to hump Phoenix Wright.
Would you like to get down on the floor and give us a demonstration
of the hump thing? Edgeworth isn't here right now.
of your theory?
Huh? No, thank you.
The victim's body and the writing are several yards away from each other. That's right. I use yards. There's no way she could reach. Quite the conundrum.
Oh, wait, what voice did we give Widget? I can't remember.
Quite the conundrum.
So that means something is off somewhere. There must be a contradiction. Maybe the body was moved.
But that doesn't explain how blood got onto the rubble.
What if that was done by the real culprit after the fact? If that's the case, then something about that might contradict the evidence we have. All right, so yeah, we're gonna go to that part where he talks about how that she hit her head there. And then we'll present evidence. We go E. We're gonna talk with the autopsy report and present.
Objection!
We got it. You are a terrible liar, Mr. Tonate. Take a look at this autopsy. Specifically, the part about Detective Arm's head injury. Cause of death, trauma to the back of the head, caused by impact with a flat object.
Yes, what about it?
Ha! Now, take a good look at the bloody piece of rubble. It's sharp and pointed.
Hey, oh, you're right, boss. It is pointy, just like your hair.
Oh, just like your hair, hey! Yeah, okay, Athena's nice. I'm fine with thinking like Athena. Well, that is odd, isn't it? What could be the meaning of this contradiction? I believe it means the victim did not hit her head on this piece of rubble. The bloodstain you see is just another fabrication. Its purpose is to mislead us into thinking the victim died near the courtroom entrance. Hubbub. Let me read a few more comments in the chat, though. Let's see. Shark Ray says, yeah, there's lore for ways to get out. Really? I'd be interested in knowing how you get out of the back rooms. I think that would be like the most important. Well, probably survival and escape, right? Except says, maybe if you believe in the power of friendship. Let me scroll down the chat a bit. That's where Clam gifted the sub to Vero. Vera said, Clam, thanks for the gifted sub. Clam says, hey. Vera says, hey, channel, how I missed you. Warning, Vero, it's been fairly inactive lately, but feel free to toss your hey-heys in there. Vera said, I can't believe the tutorial case has taken us almost 6 hours. It's the magic of Logan time. X-Ray says, they just want to let bro chill, I guess. Chris Paul says, if he ever gets to the Great Ace Attorney, we'll never see the end of the game. Vera said, I'm telling you, it's going to take 12 months, a year to finish the Great Ace Attorney 1 alone. Well, you remember Persona 5? We began that on February 2nd of 2023, finished it on it was mid to late November. Sometimes games be long. Chris Paul said, the tutorial case took me 3 hours. These tutorial cases take me almost 1. Wait, the tutorial case in Great Ace Attorney, is that what you're saying? Exterminator says, bro types mad fast. Have you seen, I saw this specialty keyboard on some TikTok videos about a year ago that was so cool that wasn't just buttons, but it would have little directional arrow keys that allows a person to type entire words with keystrokes. It was pretty amazing. Maybe he's got one of those. Exterminator says, being first on the scene is sus. Reminds me of Among Us. Crystal says, crap, it's backwards again. Hey, Logan, you're a puppy kicker. No! Exterminator says, Weedle, is that you? Crystal says, I'm going back to the reverse chat. Exterminator says, say, that means yes. Wahahaha. Okay, before I get sucked back into that, let's play some actual game here.
Are you claiming the culprit moved the victim's body?
Yeah. That is exactly what I'm claiming. The victim hit her head at some other location, most likely on the floor or some other flat surface. And this location was somewhere near where the bloody writing was found.
In that case, she definitely could have written the message.
Your Honor, I have the results of the bloodstain analysis. Great, but watch, there's gonna be some twist. Let me guess, they'll probably accidentally have taken it from the lines that were Apollo's. Ah, very good timing. Let's take a look. Ooh. According to this report, the message was written in Detective Arm's blood. Well, there you go. Wham, bam, thank you, man. We got this finished. Figured out. Let's do this. Arrest the guy. And as the defense claims, only the parts of the message that were added afterwards were written in Mr. Justice's blood. It would appear that the defense's assertion is correct after all. Finally, they just do actual evidence, do actual police work. Bloody writing analysis added to the court rec. Oh, crap. If they're still adding stuff, that means we have more evidence we'll need to present. Yes, you did it! You were right, boss. You were Phoenix, right, boss? Now I have to drive it home. I'll have to take a good look at the bloody writing analysis later. No, I guess we'll do it right now if there's more to look at. A report that proves that the writing was done in Detective Arm's blood. Okay, blood writing analysis. DNA analysis definitively proves the blood of the writing to be that of the victim, Candace Arm, age 27. However, the lines were added later, were found to be written in the blood of Apollo Justice, age 23. Well, that's it. That's what it said. I didn't need to look at that. Hang on, I gotta have some water. I got worried when he started writing ends. Mr. Tornade, it is now apparent that you have told several lies to this court. I hope you have some sort of explanation for yourself. Just say like, yeah, my explanation is like, I did a murder. Fine, I will confess. Why did we just get evidence out of the court record then if he's about to confess? Oh, he's probably going to confess to like some smaller crime. Like he's going to confess, I'm sorry, I lied when I said that these goggles could let me see. I can't see red because of the red. I couldn't see the blood. Oopsie daisy do. He will. He's going to confess to some lesser crime. But then why are you so calm? This time I will tell the truth. Oh, crap. That's what he meant by confess. The truth. It is true that Detective Arm wrote my ID number. She very plainly wrote L10015R. I was shocked, but I did not detonate the bomb. Detective Arm must have mistaken me for the real bomber. Not wanting to be accused, I moved the body and covered the writing. My bad. But then what about the whole cover-up with implicating Woods and attacking Apollo? Well, I see, so it is your assertion that you merely moved the body. Is that he fiddled with a crime scene? Yeah, altered evidence. That is correct. I did not kill Detective Arm. Oh, well, all right. Well, that's all you did then. Okay, well, go home. You're free to go. Wait a minute! That in and of itself is a criminal act. You did a crime. Glad to see you finally crossed that finish line, Your Honor. Oh, very well then. Your cross-examination, please, Mr. Wright. All right, we'll do a save. I'll read some more in the chat. We'll cross-examine. I thought we were so close. We have like less than 15 minutes to the 3-hour mark. So once again, if people have raid suggestions, it's probably gonna... I don't know if we're gonna finish this trial tonight. It's looking less and less likely as we go. And I still haven't caught up to chat even once yet. Let's see. Crystal says, in backwards again, I will never let Logan catch up to chat that easily. Exterminate's command never. Crystal says, hey Logan, meow. Crystal says, hey Logan, who is your favorite character in AA? Well, I mean, the best character, Edgeworth, is fun. I liked his game, but my heart still belongs to Sweet Penny Nichols. Weedle with just an at. Beowulf says, also, if Jif is peanut butter, as for the third way I've heard it pronounced, I'm not going there. I haven't heard of a third way to be pronounced. Crystal says, his eyes adjusting. His eyes is just Transformers sounds for real. Weedle said, Logan, quick question about yourself. What is your favorite game? Is it a dating sim since you're so lonely? I mentioned before my favorite game. It's actually a retro game.
This is the last cross-examination. Believe in yourself.
Okay, cool. So we're in the home stretch. We might actually do this. We can do this. Thank you, Vero, for the encouragement and for the 10 bits and the information. Thank you. But yeah, I mentioned this before on stream. My favorite game, it's a retro game. It's an old game. What was that? Oh, thank you for the follow. Garfield7364. Is that the real Garfield? Garfield, I gotta ask you. And I was gonna ask if you hate Mondays, but you probably get that asked a lot. I don't want to be annoying, but thank you so much for the follow. 2 things I try and tell every new follower. Number 1, our schedule. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Apparently, I didn't update the schedule command this week. I could have sworn I did, but apparently I messed it up. But yeah, we stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Next stream on Tuesday is going to be AI Somnium Files. I haven't posted this yet on Discord, so it's your sneak peek. But then Thursday, we'll be back for Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. Friday of next week, we're going to be beginning Persona 3 Reload. But yeah, welcome! And the other thing to let you know, I read every comment in chat. I just get far behind. I'm pretty far behind right now. I normally get behind, but also because chat's been writing things backwards and it makes it harder for me to read things. So if you've already written something in chat, I will read it when I get caught up. I apologize, but thank you again for the follow. I hope that means you're enjoying the stream. Thank you. But yes, Weedle, like I said, retro game, Final Fantasy VI, final answer, best game ever. Gallup said, or his eyes can see in 3D, which is true, but here's the thing. I don't know if you guys realize this, but without goggles, just regular eyes, you see life in 3D. You don't need goggles for that. I'm pretty sure. I'm not an optometrist. Consult with your physician. Principal said classic. Rogan Roulette worth it. Bale said he was so disturbed. Crystal says drip Mr. Right. Wait, drip? Principal said, okay, with that being said, I'm exhausted, so I'm off to rest. Good luck finishing up the stream. Sips away with tea. Good night, Principal. Thank you so much for being here. So good to see you. All right, with that, we'll get back in the game. Then I will read some more in the chat, and hopefully I'll see if Garfield has written anything. It is true that Detective Arm wrote my ID number. Hold it! Ah! So you admit that you actually did see the bloody writing that Detective Arm left. My bad. I should have said so from the outset. And you are sure it was your ID number? I am sure. It was definitely my ID number. See, he's confessing to a lesser crime of tampering with evidence, crime scene tampering, perjury, so he won't get arrested for murder. That number was assigned exclusively to me by the police department. The number is assigned to my goggles as well. So those funky things were provided by the police department, okay? Although these are special goggles customized by me personally. Speaking of personalized, these sunglasses of mine were custom made as well. You know what, Gaspin, I'm not gonna be mean. You know what? Good to get to know you a bit better, bro. They were specially created to be particularly dark and shiny. Speaking of special, my gavel is made of mahogany and was custom made as well. The hammer portion is ivory of orphaned elephants. I made sure I orphaned them myself. It was specially created to make a particularly loud and resounding sound. Gavel, gavel, gavel. I wish I had something to brag about. Be all that as it may, I just want to reconfirm you saw the bloody writing clearly, and that it was your ID number. That is correct. My ID number was written in blood on the floor. She very plainly wrote L10015R. I was shocked. L10015R, and it was written after the bomb went off in the courtroom? Correct. I didn't know why she would write it, so that sent me into a panic. Sounds like you were in quite a tizzy. If I were in his shoes, I guess it would have psyched me out too. I can't imagine coming across the message, "Psychs" written in blood. If I saw "gasp in pain" written in blood, it'd certainly make me gasp. In pain? My pun name. Rest assured, Mr. Tonate, I understand how you must have felt. Gavel, 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 see, such a resounding sound. And so you discovered your ID number written in blood at the scene, and ... question mark? That is right, I saw it with my own eyes. It very clearly said L10015R. But I did not detonate the bomb. Hold it! You sure? Didn't you? Didn't you, bro? Come on, bro, level with me. Didn't you? I'm a trained lawyer. The victim may have had special knowledge of who the bomber was. I have no idea what thoughts Detective R may have had inside her head. It's not like I ever dismantled her mind to check.
Mr. White, if you have suspicions about the witness, let's see your proof. Evidence is everything in a court of law.
Even school children know that. Not in Japanifornia courts. It's evidence, bluffing, and magic powers of my sidekicks.
How many years have you been a defense attorney now?
Well, you got to make sure you subtract like the 7 years as a pianist with a T. Cut me some slack, will you? Don't feel bad, boss. You just got your attorney's badge back after. Oh, finally they acknowledge it. They finally acknowledge it. Let me read some more comments in the chat. Weedle says, Logan, when are you going to do a film class stream? Well, would you like a film class? I could do one on a series of montage. That's a fun topic. Bill said, also good news. I know when I'll be able to apply for the ride operations job at Cedar Point. Nice. When? Let us know. That is fantastic. Stream recommendation. Shalucard. That sounds familiar. Have we rated Shalucard before? Let me copy this over into my text file where I've got the raid suggestions here. I appreciate that very much, Extemporaneous. If anybody else has others, because we are rapidly approaching the 3-hour mark. Extemporaneous says, hey, why does Gaspin want us to crawl for him? It's what he's into. He's a little guy. He's got little man like Napoleon syndrome. He wants to feel like a big man. Vera says, I return! Welcome back, Vero! How you doing? Extemporaneous says, Logan, is Athena confirmed? Hang on just 1 second. Sorry, I just really need to stretch right there. Extemporaneous says, yeah, stenography. Look it up when you get the chance. They can type like 300 words per minute with ease. Well, they also have like a special typewriter for that too. I feel like I can type pretty fast. Definitely not 300 words per minute. Vera said, both games in TGAA and side stuff got achievements too. Took me 108 hours and I played this alone? Vera said, triple that and you'll get Logan time. It might take 400 hours, half joking. Extremity says, well, this is awkward. Teddy, how do you explain this? Clam said, going to bed, have fun, check. Good night, Clam. Have a good night. Rest well. Say hi to little baby Henry for the rest of us. And everybody, that means both of our mods are asleep. So you can riot, you can commit crimes, do whatever you want. There's no one to stop you. Let's see. Oh, and there's Garfield saying, sup, Garfield, how you doing? Oh, and Vero, thank you for posting the link tree. Yeah, so Garfield, there's a link tree. It's got links to, it's got a Discord invite link, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter. Feel free to make use of them if you want. If not, whatever, they're there if you're interested. Garfield said, I am a major fan of Garfield. So I have my username that says, here's the thing, Garfield, you probably don't realize this. I hope you're still here. I hope you didn't leave. This is pure coincidence. We actually had a Garfield reference earlier in stream tonight. I just suddenly remembered that. We did. We were talking about how Athena, her little pendant, matches her facial expressions, and I compared it to Wade from US Acres on Garfield and Friends. Huh? Oh, it's more backwards writing. For a second, I thought you were doing that skibbity toilet thing. It said, hang on. We riot? We riot by writing backwards. Oh, please, that's the one type of writing. No. It is so hard to read that stuff, but thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. There was also one time in chat where someone, who was it? I can't remember. Was it Extemporaneous? Was it Vera? Somebody made me do an impromptu dramatized reading. No, it was Selmers. Maybe do an impromptu dramatized reading of a hypothetical Garfield X Heathcliff fanfic. You know, actually, if you like Garfield, it might be better that you weren't here for that. But anyway, welcome. Vera says, good taste. Crystal says, oh, more backwards. Logan, you must be having fun reading reverse, huh? No. What if chat do this more from now on? Oh, please no. Please no. I feel like I'm doing my Duolingo lessons, having to translate everything that I'm seeing that you guys are saying. Okay, back into the game, then I'll read some more in a minute. There. In that sense, you're still more of a beginner than I am. I suppose I should be thankful you're not a licensed psychologist. Mr. Tonate, please continue with your testimony. With pleasure. Oh, so much pleasure. My ID number was left at the scene, but... Detective R must have mistaken me for the real bomber. Hold it! By mistaken? Do you mean you had nothing to do with the explosion? That is correct. That is why I was so shocked when I saw my ID number.
The victim may have suspected Mr. Tonate for no reason other than the fact that, oh, as the bomb specialist, he was in charge of the bomb. In other words, a false accusation. It's vocational discrimination, I say.
I do not support discrimination of any kind. Guilty! Guilty, executed. What's her name? Juniper. I know the evidence says she can't have done it, but kill her anyway. I must have blood.
Well spoken, Your Honor. If the victim had been found to be killed with a gavel, Mr. Blue Suit over there probably would have pinned the crime on you.
No, Gumshoe would have. That is literally how the police department in these games operate. He would? Well, that just won't do. Why? Why, Mr. Wright, I thought we were friends. I mean, work friends, but still, Mr. Wright, if you dare try to pin anything on me, I will find you in contempt of court. But I've never even tried to harm a hair on, a strand of your beard, Your Honor.
Well said, Mr. Payne, because I am so closely associated with bombs. I was afraid I would be prosecuted if anyone saw the bloody writing.
TTS not supporting discrimination? But you peeps discriminate me all the time, Mr. Wright.
I know, but they're not doing it for race, for sex, for age, for vocation, as Winston Payne. They're discriminating against him because he's Phoenix Wright. It's bad to be racist, but it's okay to be rightist. The more you know. Thank you very much for the TTS. I appreciate that. Not wanting to be accused, I moved the body and covered the writing. My bad. Hold it. Okay, this is our last hold it. We'll see if he adds anything. Otherwise, we gotta find some evidence for one of the other things he said. You didn't think to clean away the bloody writing?
I didn't have time. By the time I found the message, the blood was already dry. The police were waiting just outside for me to secure the room, and I still had to move the body. I was in a panic. With no time to spare, I temporarily covered the writing with my case.
Didn't you think the police would find it during their investigation?
You've met the police in this city, haven't you? They are awful. Regulation stipulates only specialists may touch transport cases. Because of the danger, you see. I thought I would clean up the writing once they were finished. My bad.
I just keep saying my bad, as if that's a legal defense. Oh crap, we're past the 3-hour mark. Okay, Vero, how close are we to the end of this? I guess if we can just figure out what to present. Let me read a few more comments in the chat though. Weedle says, fun fact, if shadows didn't exist, it would be much harder to tell the difference between two objects. Oh, Vero said, since when are we writing in backward? Oh, I don't know, says Weedle. Veer says, he said the thing. Evidence is everything in a court of law, like Christoph Gavin. Oh, that's right! But Christoph's probably executed by now. He dead, yeah? Huh?
Just present something, then after some breakdown you'll be done.
Okay, so should we try and press forward? Should we get through this tutorial case tonight? I think we can make it then. I believe in the Vero that believes in me. Thank you, Vero, for the 10 bits. Garfield said, oh, and quick reminder, some of the episodes of the Ace Attorney anime are on YouTube. Oh, I've been meaning to check some of those out. Are they on Crunchyroll or Funimation too? I do still have a Funimation subscription. I haven't switched it over to Crunchyroll yet because there's a big chunk of their old library I've been trying to get through. I still need to watch, Wendy had recommended Serial Experiments Lane. I'm 2 episodes into that, but I've been distracted by trying to catch up in the season's Jujutsu Kaisen. But thank you very much, Garfield. I appreciate that. Beowulf says, never. And more backwards says, open first, they, when, that's, oh crap, it's backwards. It says middle of next month, they're giving a hiring event. And that's when they first open. Oh my gosh, that's even harder. Garfield says, nice. Vera says, you're gonna be, what? A master in reading backwards by the end of this. Crystal said, oh, that was TTS and laughing. Holy crap, I'm almost caught up to chat. Okay, so let's play a little bit more. My bad, does he really think that will just magically smooth everything over? This guy is something else. And I don't believe Detective Arm's dying message was just some mistake. He won't wriggle out of this that easily. What did Mr. Tonate see when he first discovered the bloody writing? There has to be a contradiction hidden in his testimony somewhere. Okay, so we're back to the start. Let's save, and then we're gonna figure out what we're gonna present, I guess. So let's see, option, save, 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 save. Okay, so let's review our court record again. Oh no, crap, I didn't mean press. I keep looking at it, I see PR, like, or PRE, press, present. Is that what that means? I'm dumb. I wanna look at the court record. Oh, I can look at it now during all this. Let's look at the court record. So we got our badge. Cause of death, trauma to the back of the head, anything with a picture here. Let's see, hidden stuffed animal can be detonated remotely. That, all right, blah, blah, blah. It's a map, the photos. It's gotta be like the new piece of evidence, one of these new pieces of evidence. So we got the crime scene photo. Maybe it has something to do with the blood smeared on the front of her shirt? And we got this, a report that proves that the writing was done in Detective Arm's blood. DNA analysis, definitively, no, because this, I don't think anything he said contradicts that. Like, let's just get back out to the testimony. Oh, come on, yeah, they're all talking about their specialties. Special gavel. Oh, it's so delightful and whimsical, the dialogue, while life hangs in the balance. Okay, so, one was, it is true that Detective Arm wrote my ID number. Okay, we don't dispute that, there's no contradiction for that. She very plainly wrote L10015R is because the R is missing. Oh, duh! Quiche, thank you for raiding with a party of 11. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Hang on. I gotta do a shout out for you. How you doing? This is fun. We've had like a couple of different raids tonight. For those who haven't checked out, Quiche is a great VTuber. So go follow her on her stream. What is this a Genshin menu? I see lots of things. See lots of inventory and menus and stuff like that. But Quiche, how was your stream? I'm actually pretty close to catching him on chat. So let me catch him on chat completely right now. My apologies if any new people came with the raid. See backwards writing. People have been doing, to let everybody in who's new with the raid know two things. One, hi, I'm Logan. I stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Right now we're playing Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. Next Tuesday we're gonna be playing AI The Somnium Files. Thursday will be more Dual Destinies. Friday and next week we're gonna play some Persona 3 Reload, so come check it out. And I read every comment in chat out loud. I just sometimes get behind, but I'm only a little bit behind right now, so let me catch up completely right now. Let's see, Crystal is saying, my bad, sorry, my bad. Dash Tonate. Garfield said they're also on Blu-ray. Crystal says, oh no, he's catching up, meow. I'll keep reading his name as Tonate. I say Tonate, you say Tonate. Tonate, Tonate. Let's call the whole thing off. Beowulf says, make sure to type backwards because to slow him down more. And there's Ligman _ saying hi, Ligman. How is Quiche's stream? I know a lot of you say Quiche, but I keep wanting to say quiche, like the little egg pie. Because that just, it conjures up adorable images in my mind. Quiche says, yo-ho! Vera said, double raids tonight. Quiche says, good. There's Mighty Grace with some emotes. Quiche's emotes are adorable. Vera says, Genshin. Quiche said, that's an old clip and old model. Well, you got like fancy movements now. What you said it was Warudo that you use? I remember I looked that up on Steam after you said that. It said, Beowulf said, welcome, Raiders. Quiche says, but yes, that was Genshin, and tonight was Genshin again. Hee hee. Ligman says, Friday is the release date, right? It is, and it's great because, like, just by happenstance, February 2nd of last year was when I started playing Persona 5 Royal. So it'll be the anniversary when we played that. So yes, that's gonna be tons of fun. I am excited. So Ligman, are you like a Persona fan? I've never played Persona 3. I've played 4 and 5 now, just on streams. It'll be my first time playing 3. Vera said, don't listen to him. Chat us. Awesome. Oh, there we go. So hard to do. Quiche says, I love quiche. It's good. Well, when it's made well, it's like any food. When made well, I'm not a very good cook. I can pour a mean bowl of cereal and mix up a great chocolate milk, but I've never even tried to make quiche. But Quiche, the streamer, is a fantastic streamer, and y'all should follow her if you don't already. Bill said, yes, also, my birthday. There we go. He says, OML, yeah, Warudo. Oh, Ligman, thank you so much for the follow. Hi. I hope that means you're enjoying the vibe, or maybe you just really love seeing Ted Tonate's eyeballs popping in and out of his skull rhythmically. I mean, it's kind of hypnotizing. I can't help but enjoy it as well. Let's see, but yeah, Key says, yeah, Warudo. I keep wanting to do it like on JoJo, because that was Dio's thing, you know. Warudo, however you say it with the Japanese accent, I can't quite say it. Maddie Gray says, haha, just Maddie. Okay, just Maddie. Then welcome, Maddie. Vera said he's a master of backwards reading. I'm proud. I'm getting better because of y'all. Ligman says, I've not even gotten through Palace 1 of P5R. It took me so long. I think we got close to 200 hours, like 197 hours or something like that for my playthrough. I play slow. As you may notice, I get distracted by chat a lot. Keish says, mood, bad cooks unite. Yeah, high five. Ligman says, you seem really enthusiastic. Thank you. I hope that's good. I'd like to think that's good. So thank you. Beowulf says, not quite yet. Oh my gosh. Ligman said, Zawarudo. That's what he has a za at the beginning for the word. Zawarudo. Key said, Logan's vibe is immaculate. I will wear that compliment with Ray. That's going in. Everybody knows this. Become a meme. The guys have compliment drawers filed away in the back of their heads. My vibe has just been called immaculate. I'm filing that away. So thank you so much, Keish. Yours is like, her streams are fantastic. A lot of the time, like, we'll raid people and I won't necessarily follow, or maybe I'll follow, but I won't go back. But I've been back numerous times. In fact, Keish, I don't know if you realize this, when I did my Twitch rewind for the year, even though I'd only been following you for a little while, I think you were like my 5th most viewed stream that I watch. So yeah. That Valorant player says, how do you raid a stream? It just, you just did it. It just happens. You just go with the flow. You get swept away by the current. That Valorant player. But yeah, it's just, yeah. But it's something that the streamer controls. Keish said, you're saying it right. Warudo, hee Japanese R sound between RL sound. You're on point. I hope I'm on point. I've been doing Duolingo Japanese for well over 2 years. I just got my 2-year badge. But I feel like I still got a long way to go. Keish says, crazy, huh? Bill said, no, he's lonely. Yes, for those who are just joining us, if you decide to stick around, we have a lot of inside jokes. One is that people like to, I mean, okay, it's true. I am chronically single. I am not good at dating. Not good at talking to girls, but the chat over exaggerates the loneliness, I think. Garfield said 3SP. Oh crap, it's more backwards. Says, if you decode this backwards message, you now know that angry... Hang on just a second. I feel like I got a big yawn coming out. You know that angry... Derbs? Angry Birds trilogy exists on PS3. Wait, for real? On PS3? They had a console release for that? Ligma says, ew, girls, I don't know. I find myself very glad that I'm straight, because I'm going to be honest. I am grateful that there are people out there attracted to guys, because that's the only way that guys will end up in relationships. But us guys are kind of gross. Girls are very nice. Key said, let's go. I'd be more than happy I'd be more than happy practice buddy. Are you on Duolingo, Keish? Send me a message. I only have like a couple of friends on Duolingo. I usually do like all my weekly challenges with Wendy, which is great. Wendy's fantastic, but I could always use some more. That'd be great. I should try and be more active on other people's Discords as well. Valorant player says, I'll fix your singleness. Well, twirl my hair a little bit there, that Valorant player. You sweeping me off my feet here. Garfield says, yeah! Vitter said, girls got cooties. It does, every once in a rare while, I've had a girl come in here and like try to hit on me. It's happened, I think, twice. And I never even know how to react or respond. Because I also feel like in the back of my head, I'm like, this isn't real. This person's just messing with me. Ligma says, for real. Vera says, anyway, mommy, command. Oh, one more comment. I'm gonna catch up completely. Beowulf says, Wait, I agree with that. Okay. 3 hours, 13 minutes, 49 seconds into the stream. I caught up to chat for the first time. Again, welcome, Raiders. Ligman, thank you again for the follow. I appreciate that. Let's go ahead and play a little bit of the game. Oh, I should also let you know, we like to do voices in here. I'm assuming most of the raiders have probably gone to bed. They probably already left. I'm sure, Keish, your streams are always fantastic. I'm sure it was wonderful. And I'm sure that, like, after a long stream, people have wanted. But for those who are here, I should also let you know, we like to voice act for these things. So let's do a little bit of the game. Let's actually play this here. So, yeah. This guy, he speaks through his little wrist communicator thing, so. She very plainly wrote L10015R. I was shocked, but I did not detonate the bomb. Detective R must have mistaken me for the real bomber. Oh, crap, that's right. We already actually read all this stuff. And most of the voices are better than this one, by the way. So then we need to figure out which one of these contradicts evidence. Okay. Because we do know that she wrote the ID number, so we don't contradict that. I'm guessing it's going to be this because on the ground, the R looks like it's missing. And that's what's going to implicate him, that he's like somehow hiding the R. Did not detonate the bomb. Yes, so let's do that. Wait, let's see if there's anything else, because that was like an old piece of evidence, though. Okay. And cover the writing. So let's try that. She very plainly wrote this, and let's present as evidence. We're going to show on the photographs that we don't see the R at the end because that chunk of the ground is missing. And so we should be able to present that.
Objection!
Got it, yes! I just want to make doubly sure that L10015R is really what you saw written in blood. Yes, it very clearly said L10015R. But that's odd because that's not what I see.
What on earth are you babbling on about now? Wasn't it you who claimed the bloody writing was his ID number in the first place?
Take a good look at the photo in the bloody writing analysis. Now tell me, does it really say L10015R? Oh, beep! Something is missing, isn't it? And that something is the final R. Oh, what is the meaning of this, Mr. Tonate? And Vero said this is the last cross-examination, so we should be in the home stretch for this chapter, yeah? Oh, right. Now I remember again. Like I said before, if anyone ever says now I remember from the stand, they are the killer. There was no R on the end. Oh, but there is. You can see that in the picture. There's a little bit of it. There's a chunk of the ground that was taken out. I bet that chunk of the ground was what he used to clobber Apollo on the back of the head. And so he had to take it away. It was just a slip of the finger. My bad. Come back. My beautiful contradiction. Mr. Right, I am not so sure it was just a simple slip of the finger. You have something for me, Athena? Oh, we're gonna use her superpower, right? I sense that he is extremely agitated, almost panicked. Oh, that's Phoenix. He does look pretty flustered, a little bit flustered. A little bit. It's a very subtle vibe he's giving off here. Let's see, let me read a couple more. Keish says, no Duolingo. Owl scares me, but finding speaking buddies is rough, and there's difficulty difference as opposed to reading. Okay, well, cool. I mean, if you know of like good ways to practice, I would love to do that. I mean, I really don't get the opportunities to practice it. So yes, absolutely. Can you, see, I am in your Discord server. Can you, I don't know if you can send me a message on Discord, or maybe I'll message you on Discord. We'll figure out something. It'd be good to be language practice buddies. Ligma says, bro is on Epstein's list. Garfield says, I think the second statement is a little faulty. Keish says, it was. I got school, so I'm going to lurk as I brush, then conk out. Says, the voice is amazing. Oh, thank you so much. And get some sleep. Enjoy the brushing in as much as you enjoy brushing teeth. And thank you again for the raid, and sleep well. Bill said, okay, I can't do that anymore. I'm typing everything myself. Yes, thank you, Beowulf. Vera said he really pulled a typo, IRL. And Crystal with the emotes. Okay, so, but if we got to do the whole superpower thing, maybe we should wind down the chat for the night right before we do this. And we can check to see, because one person was raid suggested. It was Shalukard, who's playing Pal World. Because I'm guessing there'll also be cutscenes and things like that afterward. It might be fun to like start off next stream with immediately getting this guy. So let me know what you guys think. Should we wind down? Because we're already like over time for the stream. Let me know what you think here. Let's do just a couple more pieces of dialogue. He does look pretty flustered. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears it was nothing more than a mere mistake. I always give benefit of the doubt to the people who end up being the real murderers. I don't know. Did he really just make a typo? What about that R? What about that R? Did he have that hard R on the end? Did he leave that off? Is he allowed to say it with a hard R? Did Mr. Tonate really see? Yeah, he actually saw it. Maybe Mr. Tonate really did see the R. But there's no R anywhere in the bloody writing. What's going on? What? That's right there. You can see the bit of it. Huh? Well, now that I take another good look at the photo, I think maybe that's it! What is it now, Mr. Wright? Are you trying to imitate Apollo and his cords of steel? I've got it! So that's what happened. A slip of the finger? Is that really all it was? Because I don't think so. I propose that Mr. Tonate really did see the letter R. What? The photo clearly shows that there is no R. Oh, the judge saying the photo clearly shows there's no R. No, Your Honor, actually just the opposite is true. The photo shows that Mr. Tonate actually could have seen the R. Well, if you're gonna make that claim, then you better be able to point out what you mean. What part of the photo shows that Mr. Tonate could have seen the R? And we'll save just in case the game decides to be a jerk to us again and take away our hit points for no reason and be mean. Let's see. Vera said, Logan is free from the backwards curse. Chris said, yeah, you finally caught up. Vera said, I agree. We should wind down. Babel said, no, I can't come on Tuesday. Garvin said, nah, we should finish this. Okay, we're going to do an impromptu poll here. Let's see. Wind down or press forward. Wind down, press on, and we won't allow additional votes, but go ahead and just catch. Just a quick 2-minute poll. Let me know what you think. Vera said, we can finish this quickly. Then do second case. Said, sure, let's finish this. Oh, so maybe it's already been, minds have been changed. Well, let's keep moving forward then. Oh, but I do have work in the morning. See, what part of the photo shows that Mr. Tonate could have seen the R? Is this? It's right over here. There's a little blood. And present. Please look here to the right of the 5. Do you see a little bit of red? Oh, I see it! Just on the edge of where the floor is broken up! That's the R that Mr. Tonate saw! It's true that the witness wears some very odd goggles, but that doesn't mean his eyesight is bad, nor his brain power. What part of that little smudge looks like an R? Dude, there's a chunk of floor missing.
Objection!
But what Mr. Tonate saw wasn't that little smudge. There was a whole and complete R written there before the floor was damaged by the explosion. Wait, damaged by the explosion? Are you saying she wrote it on the ground before the explosion? Wait, that was my original theory, is that he murdered her beforehand and then did the explosion to cover it up. Oh, well, that explains it. Oh, care to explain what you mean? Because you just proposed that everything happened in the exact opposite order. Yep, because that's the way it really went down. All right, I'm going to look at the poll. Looks like 100% have said press on so far. The timing of when the R was written turns everything about this case around. A turnabout, if you will. Now then, if the floor was damaged by the explosion, when was this message written? So before the explosion. Oh, hang on, I have a thing clicking up here. I just gotta click out of this real quick here. Give me just a second. All right. There we go. With the message, with the bloody message running off the edge of the damaged floor like that, we can only conclude that it was written before the explosion. See, I was assuming that when he was changing it to say woods, the R didn't make sense, and so he took a chisel and chipped it out or something. But that's ridiculous. If that were true, it overturns your own premise. Oh, that's right. It does. In fact, it turns everything upside down. The victim was not killed by the explosion in the courtroom. She was killed before the explosion ever occurred. And the poll is done. Okay, we're pressing on then. I hope you're happy with the decisions you're making me make. Order in the court. What kind of preposterous claim is that? Have you forgotten that the victim's body was found at the scene of the explosion?
Objection!
True, but consider this scenario. She was hit on the head and killed before the explosion, or even before the trial began. Her body was subsequently placed in the courtroom ruins after the bombing occurred. Huh, so was she just like placed in the bomb case? I mean, it's big, you could fit a body in there probably. That way it could be made to look like she was a victim of the blast. But I mean, he also probably set off the explosion, so he was the bomber too. So he made it look like she wasn't killed before, so it can make it look like she was killed by him later. It sounds like we better look into what the victim was doing before the trial. Mr. Payne, did anyone see Detective Arm before the trial?
Well, let's see. According to the police report. Oh, here it is. One person saw the victim before the trial.
It's gonna be this guy.
And that person was Ted Donate. Wait, what?
Well, no one besides Mr. Tonate saw the victim?
That appears to be the case, Your Honor.
Tap, 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 tap. I would now ask the court to recall something. Specifically, Mr. Tonate's words from yesterday. It was when Detective Arm and I were transporting the bomb. Oh my! But we don't even have a motive for her. Why would he kill her? Mr. Tonate, just before the trial, you were with the victim. The two of you were together at the scene of the crime, courtroom number 4. Keyboard slam. Desk slam. Your Honor, I thought we were done with testimony. The defense requests new testimony for Mr. Tonate. We wish to hear what he was about to say his whereabouts just before the trial. What, so we're doing more testimony? Okay, if we go into another testimony, we are gonna wind down for tonight because that is gonna be a whole other thing. Mr. Tonate, your testimony, please.
My testimony, there is no need for...
He's completely unnerved, Mr. Wright. You must have hit the nail on the head.
Because OPT. All I did was transport the bomb to the courtroom. I already told you. Blast this thing.
I was only in the courtroom with the victim because of our work. I was only transporting the bomb there.
Okay, maybe it's not an actual testimony. Maybe it's just his breakdown. You and the victim were alone together at the scene of the crime. In other words, you certainly had the opportunity to commit murder, did you not?
Tisk, do you always leave yourself so open to attacks, Mr. Wright?
What now, Mr. Payne?
Yes, Mr. Tonate may have had the opportunity to kill Detective Arm, but an important piece of your assertion is missing.
Gonna be the motive? What important piece?
The murder weapon. What do you claim was used to kill the victim?
What if the bomb was the flat object that hit her, and so the reason he exploded it was to get rid of evidence, to dispose of the murder weapon? Oh, Mr. Payne has a point! Even if Mr. Tonate had the chance without a weapon, we can't accuse him of the crime. Oh, and not only that, but remember, if we take a look at the court record, take a look at the picture of the bomb has a crack in it, so that's probably the crack from the smack in the back of her... Is there a word for head that rhymes with ack? That would be appropriate right then. Even if Mr. Tonate had the chance without a weapon, we can't accuse him of the crime! You were accusing Juniper without a weapon? Oh no, except they thought that it was the bomb. Never mind.
Well, Mr. Tonate?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Look how evil that is! That is an evil, evil face.
I didn't have any sort of thing that could be used as a murder weapon on me. I couldn't possibly have killed Detective Arm.
Did he really have nothing he could use as a murder weapon? What is it, Athena? Just looking over the victim's autopsy report. I'm hoping there is something in here that can point us in the right direction. Well, it does say that she died from trauma to the back of the head with a flat object. Yeah, and to inflict that specific kind of injury, all you would need is a flat surface, right? A heavy, blunt object with a flat surface could definitely be our murder weapon. Well, Mr. Wright, can you indicate for the court what was used to kill Detective Arm? Yes! Okay, maybe we actually can get through this tonight.
Yes!
Save! It's gonna be the bomb of the picture with the stuffed toy. Back out, here. I believe I can. Believe being the key word here. You can? Then please do so now! What did Mr. Tonate have that could be used as the murder weapon? It's the bomb! The bomb of the bomb! Bomb of the bomb! And present!
Take that!
Mr. Tonate, you say you didn't have anything that could be used as a weapon. But in fact, you had the perfect thing!
Ah! What the devil are you talking about?
You had this. That's the bomb! I thought you were trying to prove that the victim wasn't killed by a bomb blast. Oh, no. The bomb blast, no, but I believe Candace Arm was killed with this bomb.
Huh?
Wow, this is a lot. I thought we were at the end of the case. Because this is the blunt object that delivered the fatal blow to her head.
Ah!
Please recall the description of Detective Arm's head wound, trauma to the back of head caused by impact with a flat object. We assumed this injury was sustained when her head hit the floor. But a blow from any flat side of this bomb would produce the exact same wound pattern.
Ah! Yeah.
What is with him?
And show me some proof. Where's the evidence that I hit the victim with a bomb?
Ah, he's right. I don't have anything decisive. You have the crack in the screen of the picture.
Did you find any of the victim's blood on the bomb? That would be decisive proof.
The bomb exploded.
But too bad the bomb was blown to bits. It's long gone. Ah! Boom! Game over, yeah.
Ah. Mr. Wright, is there really nothing on the bomb in the photo? Yeah, the crack. I don't see any blood or anything. Wait, the timer display is a little broken here. Maybe it broke when it made contact with Detective Arm's head. That's definitely a distinct possibility, but unless we find a fragment with the victim's blood on it, it's not going to count. I guess you're right. Okay, so that's the game telling me that even though I noticed that doesn't count. Wow. CEO Krista with the emote. Vera said, we love you. I believe. This is going on so long. We are a half hour overtime. I think maybe we should wind down the stream, man. This is... Unless you can tell me that the end is coming within like 5 pieces of dialogue, maybe we should just do a raid. Let's see if Shallowcard is even still live right now. Oh no, Shallowcard's not live. Crap, we gotta find somebody else to do a raid. We can raid Yui Vale. We've raided her before, but it's been a little while, so maybe we will do that. So I think we're probably gonna wind down at this point. Let me go ahead and save the game. Vera says I blame backwards people. That's one way of looking at it. It definitely had an effect on Logan time to make it take even longer than usual. Garfield says, I don't think there's another testimony, but that's the thing, even if there's not another testimony, all of this dialogue is taking so long. So I think I'm gonna have to make an executive decision. We are gonna wind out, but we will be back in this game on Thursday of next week. Tuesday's gonna be AI, Thursday will be this, Friday will be Persona 3 Reload. Vera said, no other testimony, but a lot of proving stuff. See, that's what it is. The proving stuff takes a while. So yeah, we're gonna wind down. I did just go ahead and save. We're gonna do, like I said, our one raid suggestion, unless anybody else has a raid suggestion. We are gonna go ahead and do Yui Vale. Let's go ahead. Bill said, no, you're right there. That's the thing, like, people keep saying that. People said that about Fuga. People said that when I was doing Edgeworth, that stream went on almost 7 hours. Right there has different meanings in Logan time and other time. But that's okay, we'll be back on Thursday. We'll see the end of this, we'll keep moving forward. It'll be fine. Vera, thank you for posting the link tree and the raid message. I appreciate that. Garfield says, I have one. Oh crap. Have I already, let me see if I can undo that raid real quick. Let's see, Happy Juice Live. How many, I'll see which one of them has the fewest number of viewers, because I like to default to people who don't have very many viewers. Oh crap, but Happy Juice Live is on followers only. That's the other thing I try and avoid. But thank you very much for the suggestion. I think we'll stick with Yui Vale for right now, though. But thank you so much. I do appreciate it. And thank you very much for the follow as well. I hope we can see you back here on Thursday. Vera said he's got to work in the morning. Unfortunately, I do. Oh, and Keish with the emote. Thanks. I thought you were lurking, but thank you again for the raid. Thank you all for being here. I love and appreciate you all. Have an amazing Monday. No stream tomorrow. We're back on Tuesday for AI, the Somnium Files. Thursday for more Ace Attorney. Friday next week for Persona 3 Reload. Check out the Discord for updates on the schedule. I'll post the official schedule there tomorrow. Thank you all for hanging out with me. You make my night. I again, I love and appreciate you all. It means so much to me that you would hang out with me. Thank you so much. Chris says bye-bye. Vera says bye-bye. Chris says ending. Pooh. It's so scary. Enjoy the raid, everybody. Good night, everybody. Bye. Bye, everybody. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. He says rest well. You rest well, too. Bye. And for those watching the VOD, good night as well.